it is.
So
Yeah,
which
you
one of
get
those
your
ones
wish,
did we
Trevor.
actually come in on?
You think we're joking, but it's every single week. Who's doing it? Who's doing it?
Why
Are
is
we
Radio
live?
J the only one that's nice to
We're
me?
live.
I don't know. Say something.
Are we live?
Say something
Yes,
controversial.
we are live.
Find out.
Oh, fuck around.
Yeah, and whose problem usually is it? His.
Who's mine or his?
No,
Mine?
his. Fuck. No, it's like on stream. It's him. On
Who's on
shut
third?
up.
What do you mean?
Are we
What's the
live
problem?
or not?
Do we want to air this on stream, Trevor?
Yes,
What-
we are
what-
who's on
live
first?
right now.
All right.
I have
All
no.
Apparently our
window.
audio is live. Our visual stuff is not.
Oh no, I'm totally seeing us.
I'm seeing us.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
seeing
see
right
us. Oh, why do I not see us?
Then click fucking refed. Come on, dude.
Okay, hello.
Welcome to another DM Chuck production of A Sinner's Dream tonight.
Oh, cool.
Welcome. Fuck around. Welcome to tonight's episode of Sinner's Dream, everyone. What's up, party people? I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I need a drink. Hold on.
We're just fucking starting, man.
Of course.
now. Say goodbye,
So-
Foundry, for one-time.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by, thank you, Adelaide, Foundry, the best VTT out there, hands down. It is completely modular. There's a huge mod community that helps support things, the entire vanilla server based VTT. You can host it from home. You can go and get an AWS. You can go and do whatever it is you want to do. Build a whole nother machine to host just your Foundry, but that's really big overkill because at the end of the day, really, you can go and get forge-vtt.com. Pay for their super cheap services, and you don't even have to actually, as far as I'm aware, download the actual software, just the key. So nothing comes to your computer. You can just log into forge-vtt.com, put your key in, and have no latency issues across 200 nodes across the world, and a huge database of space available for you to upload as much nonsense as you want to your games, like I do, to torture your players with. It's a great time. It's super easy to use. Definitely would recommend. Tonight's episode is
tell
also
them what
brought-
happens when you try to host it yourself, Chuck.
Well, let me tell you, if you're not a great system admin and very well versed with some semblance of server knowledge, you're gonna have a bad time.
He complains to you all week.
You have no idea.
All the fucking time.
Like, it was bad. Like, I could not get the stay alive for more than maybe an hour, and then we'd cut out and we'd have to start all over again. It was a shit time, frankly. That said, we're also sponsored by modicum of audio people. So
Dude,
if you really
come
want
on.
the full list, join our Discord. Come check us out. Come say, hey, see the nonsense over there. It'll be pretty bad, I promise. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by Dice Envy. But I'll let JD talk about that one.
Okay. So, Trevor.
He sounds like he would never like to talk about anything more.
I don't.
Trevor often likes to complain that I am rough with my count-ins because I like to have a little fun with getting us live, right?
I mean, it's
However,
garbage,
whatever
but
Chuck
yeah.
just did to somehow toss the ball to me in the midst of nothing, apropos of zero, he just gets a pass.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So I think next
Paul Blart
week,
was using the
you know what?
segue,
Next
so
time
he
we
couldn't
run,
have it.
what we're gonna do is next time we're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna have somebody else read the ads, and then somebody else have to.
In my defense,
Hmm.
we know Chuck is a fuck up, but you always present yourself as like, neg 2 charisma. I am JD, the whole thing. So when you screw up behind the scenes, we're gonna riff you for it. But Chuck fucks up all the time.
Yeah, I'm just an idiot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Mondays,
gets a pass.
Sundays with Tens Veta, he's just nothing but fuckery.
All right. Well, anyways,
Well,
if you guys
we
are
love
asking
him.
yourselves out there, how, why, what am I doing here? Well, how could this even possibly be worth the hours that I'm about to put into this?
I think
Well-
I just saw the count go down.
I've got an answer for you. And that is your little elf eggs down the bottom of the screen. You're going to see them. They're a little weird greenish, bluish. Little ears poking out of those shells. Right? You got to spend them. You're going to earn them, you're going to spend them, and you'll win some stuff. This month, we are giving away a set of Mystic Sigil dice. These are Dice Envy dice that are no longer available in the store. So, like the last place ever you'll be able to get them unless they rerun them. Then I'll buy them all again and give them away. But listen, you guys want those for free? It's a $120 set of dice. We do that every month. Just spend those stinky little eggs. If you don't, I promise you, you're gonna have problems. It leads to high cholesterol, kidney trouble. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that can happen if you stock up on elf eggs.
So you're saying support abortion by getting rid of these eggs?
100%. Yeah. I mean, if you don't spend
Absolutely.
your eggs, the Supreme Court starts taking away rights. All right. I didn't want to be the guy that had to come out and just say it, but here we are.
Kill us all.
Back to you, Chuck.
Thanks. Man, that was great. Well, obviously there's someone.
Nothing if not topical, thank you.
Yeah, it's, every time it's fantastic.
I'm about to tweet that. Let's see how far it goes.
We support abortion by getting rid of elf eggs. Anyway, you may notice that there is an extra face that has not been here before. This is our friend Eli guesting tonight. He is joining us for the first time. Eli, do you have anything to talk about that you do?
The reason that it's been so long that we've been talking about me coming and doing this is because I actually usually play Dungeons & Dragons at the same time every Monday as this game. But I happen to have a little time off, so here I am. However, I know that you usually do off weeks, right? You do every other week. So
Typically.
If you want something to do on those other off weeks, maybe come by Randolph the Grey to watch Grey Tales. And that's my usual game, and we're there every Monday. But don't leave your people here, okay? You can watch the video later. You don't have to skip this live, okay?
I like the strategy,
Okay.
Chuck. You go in, you poach the talent, bring it over here. He's not even going to want to go back to that game. He's just going to stay here. And be like, oh,
you got tough
this...
competition, I'm not going to lie.
We'll see.
But we'll see.
we got a dice tray.
Incredible.
Thursday nights, we
You
get a
know
dice
what?
roll.
Sold.
True.
I'm just
I am
moving
a
over
sentient
now.
dice tray.
I always knew it. I knew it. Anyway, all right,
I
great.
am
Well,
not but a sentient dice tray.
Thank
We
you,
will-
Eli, for joining us.
I'm thrilled
Yeah.
to be here. Super excited. So
It'll be really fun to watch you die the first session,
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
we'll
We'll
break
see.
you in a heartbeat.
along with the
so-
rest of us.
It
well,
would never be just you. It would be everyone together.
Yeah. yeah.
together.
Well, no,
Not
no,
alone.
no.
Chuck is generally nice enough to save you.
We're all gonna die. He's gonna survive. Everything's fine. Can't kill the guest.
Yeah.
It might be a little rude, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
hold it
that's
against
what I
you.
said, yeah.
That's the easiest person to kill. What are you talking about?
well, unless anybody else has any last remarks before we get into the radio recap.
Let's hear
5,
that idiot.
4, 3, 2, 1. Give me that radio recap.
Oh, wait, now?
God damn it.
And perhaps you can tell me how much it costs per day. Maybe you're sort of tired of eating the same old thing day out. Gives me everything I'd expect to find in an expensive car for amazingly little money. And in addition to being a low-cost...
It's a dire time in Kasmar. Mac made a new friend. After some other research, the intrepid Dicks made their way to the International House of Waffles for brunch. A quick scuffle later, and they have that Goliath that Harold saw all roughed up for interrogation. What a swell bunch. I hope no one saw that. I lost track of them for a while, but when I saw them again, they'd got some grim news. Find out what else goes wrong in tonight's episode of A Sinner's Dream.
Well, I'm sure everybody heard a very enlightening recap from our radio guest, but unfortunately, radio doesn't always get it right. So, Adelaide,
Actually,
always have the
radio
best notes.
recap was not too shabby this week. It covered the gist, just not the details. Which you don't need the details. Really, what's most important is Harold's veins are spreading from him, kind of, sort of becoming Alhora. Sort of. We don't really know. He was in Alhora anyway. All puns intended. And also, Irvin has disappeared from the crystal. We have no fucking idea where he went. And we are on our way to figure the fuck, whatever that's out, whatever's going on. And Pip used all of his I see dead people powers, and they're on cooldown right now. We don't know. Something's going on. And I think my mom just died. So, yeah.
That's just one thing we have to investigate.
Not really sure how to feel about that yet, you know? Might be a good
The
thing.
inheritance.
Wait, to be
But
fair,
we
she
do,
was- she was already-
however,
extra rent.
we do have an idea of where Irvin is, though, right? He's with
We think he's with Dimitri. Yeah.
Yeah, when my ulti went on cooldown, we figured out exactly where he was.
Yeah, we're meant to go to Dimitri's, so. Yeah.
So, rather than pick up with you guys, Copper. As we start our session tonight in the gray, dimming lights of Kasmar, we start actually about roughly 12 hours beforehand. As you stand in an alleyway across from a large Goliath with a hook around his eye outside of what looks like a decent brownstone about a block away. You watch as the person that you were following walk inside. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us?
So, Copper is young. He's late teens for sure. He's a bit of a string bean, very tall and narrow. He doesn't look like he looks like you could break him, quite literally. His clothes are very handmade looking, but not in a nice or expensive way, in a very sort of ramshackle, piecing together with what he can find kind of way. Lots of little pockets that he's sewn onto his pants, and it almost looks like fabric has just been he made it by sewing it to himself and tying it onto himself in a way. He's literally dirty from head to toe. He has visible dirt on him, and yeah, got shaggy hair and light colored eyes.
This tall Goliath kind of flicks a cigarette out into the street as it falls into a gutter and fizzles out. He looks down at you and just goes, "You sure that's him?"
Yeah. Pretty sure. I mean, it's not like I've seen him before, but yeah. He fits the description.
Okay. You're not getting paid yet. You gotta help me get him back.
I don't grab. I find. I'm a finder.
I understand you're a finder. This guy's slippery.
Okay.
You sit there in the street for a good 45 minutes, nearly an hour, before you see that light-haired figure in the white t-shirt and jeans just kind of come back out, look in either direction, and take off down the street. Vester kind of hits you on the shoulder, kind of knocking you off balance for a moment as he just says, "Come on."
Okay. I'll take off after him.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, please.
21.
Now roll a stealth check for me, please.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. As the two of you are kind of moving along, you kind of duck between some of the few drunk stragglers that are out on the street, because it's pushing 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And as you're kind of ducking and weaving through them, you can see Vester just kind of looking over the top of everybody, keeping track of you, not necessarily him. And you watch as the figure steps between a set of people, and your magical senses keep a lock on him as his entire physicality changes to that of like this tall woman in this long dress that's this almost deep gray, black hair flowing over over her shoulders, just very briskly walking through the streets. You see her stop at a crosswalk and just kind of look around. And she goes to look back at you, and you just very discreetly sit down against the wall and look up and over. She doesn't seem to notice you before she takes a left.
I'll continue to follow.
Okay. As you follow her for a good maybe 20 minutes, Vester finally catches up to you and grabs a hold of your shoulder and just says, "Where'd he go?"
You said slippery, and you were right. The woman.
As you guys are getting ready to go, you go to a familiar portion of town for you, down near the docks. You've come and gone a time or two for a variety of different findings before you see this long line of people wrapped around the block going towards a club that you've been known to show up to every once in a while, Gangers. You can see that woman in the dress start like briskly passing by all of the guests. Investor picks up his pace, goes up behind her and just grabs her shoulder, kind of holds her in tight like he's kind of flirting with her. You can't quite hear what he's whispering as he kind of leans over with his head facing away from you. You watch as he drops a bag of coins, like a bag of notes on the sidewalk near a trash can.
I'll just like very like carefully go and pick that up.
Okay. Where are you going to go for the rest of the night?
Not wanting to be around and wanting to not be carrying all this gold on me, I'm gonna head back to the sewers.
Okay. Easy enough. There's an entrance maybe 3 blocks down the road that you know is clear of the hooks in the sewers. And as you kind of duck down inside, the rain overhead stops. You can hear it kind of pattering on the street overhead as the water is kind of rushing down through. Do you have a place to stay in the sewers, or is there somewhere in particular that you're trying to get to quicker?
No, I have a little nookie hidey hole. There's a tight pipe that only I can get through. Okay. And I'll head that way and I'll slip through there into my house, basically.
Okay. Do you live with anybody?
Just my cat.
As you slip into the pipe and kind of into that more open space, you can see there's this long, almost waterfall of water that's coming down through the center of it with a few different platforms around the edges that you've kind of gathered your own personal belongings around. And as you come slipping through, your feet kind of clatter onto the platforms, and you can hear a soft meow.
Morwen? You're back early. Hey, and I'll do some scritches on the chin and the head and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think I got something for you, and I'll pull some like bread I would have found earlier out, and I'll tear a few pieces off and toss them down to her.
Marwin happily gobbles it up before kind of going between your feet and wrapping around back and forth for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. I'll stash my gold in one of the various hiding spots.
Okay, fantastic. The next morning, you go to your usual haunt out on the streets. I say morning very liberally, probably pushing closer to 10 at the absolute earliest.
Yeah.
As you come out near a familiar haunt for you, the Eye How on 45th. And as you kind of like come out into the alleyway near it, you hear a scuffle across the street. As you can see, a crowd of people with Vester up against a wall. There are about, 5 of them, I think? Yeah, 5. In this grayscale light, it's kind of hard to actually get a solid look at kind of what you're looking at. But there's someone that's a little bit shorter than the rest. Grung, obviously, holding onto his leg with a very large minotaur and a duster, like just standing there with a couple bags as the rain comes down over the top, waiting there, just obviously grumpy. And you can see this nicely dressed, thin, almost gangly looking humanoid with kind of a darker complexion, very angry looking at Vester. And then you can see this other fellow that's about the same height as that other darker complexion guy standing there asking him questions. And you can see there's like metal going over the top of his trench coat over one pauldron. You can see like portions of the arms are glowing from underneath. And last but not least, we have the short, tiny, paler woman looking a little awkward, kind of occasionally looking across the street.
I'm just gonna walk right up, basically.
Okay.
So we are going to kill the guest in this episode. That's crazy.
Make a stealth check.
To be fair, I almost got killed on my first guest.
That's another 21.
Okay. They don't seem to notice you at all. None of them.
Isn't my passive higher than that?
Probably. Do you want to roll it?
Hold on. No, my passive's actually 19. My investigation's 21.
I was very close. My passive is a 20 now. But I don't know if it would have been at this moment in time. At this moment in time, it might have been a 19 still.
It is the past, so.
Hey, mine's 15. I'm whatever.
As you get close and kind of step up near the alleyway, it is aggressive interrogations. They have obviously already got some sort of spell on him because he is spilling what few guts he can, knowing the hooks. And you barely have a few moments before they start like pushing him down the street.
I'm gonna try and maintain my stealth and keep following behind them.
Easy peasy. As you kind of like follow through the crowd, people are kind of looking at him and not really paying too much attention to him as they kind of whisper to each other and occasionally like fake a smile. And as you're going around the corner, you watch as they push him into a wall, and it's as if it's not even there.
Have they all gone through the wall at this point?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna press my hand against it just a little bit and see.
It's really hard to tell what's going on here, as like even looking at like if you look away, you can see in the periphery there's almost like this odd static in the air, like it's not even entirely physically there. And as you kind of like look at it and reach towards it, your hand goes into the wall and your hand almost comes numb.
I'll take a deep breath and I will walk through.
Darkness envelops you. As the sound of the rain begins to fade, you find yourself standing in darkness and you kind of reach out and you can feel the walls. Are you going to continue forward?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll keep walking.
As you keep walking in further and further, it is intense. You walk you can't even hear them in front of you. The darkness, you can't, like, even putting your hand up in front of your face here, you can't see it. There's nothing but walls along the way. After a good 5-10 minute walk into this darkness, you feel the edge of this space almost like come to a halt, and you can you swear you can see the tiniest touch of light, like a pinpoint of light, maybe 5 feet from you. As you go to reach through it, it is loud, it is big, it is uncomfortable. As you step into this huge cavern full of desks and people, and there is this entire table full, I shouldn't say table, there's an entire like small fortress made out of paper. There are alleyways and almost like streets that are their own, going down and through to the center space where there is a large opaque dome with a what looks like a telescope pointed straight up towards the ceiling that is this massive purple crystal. And as you kind of like look around, you see just sets of doors all along the cavern walls, and you watch as these figures go down and across towards 2 that are currently being guarded after they chit chat with an Aarakocra for a good 10 minutes. You can see that there is a portion of the space that has been blocked off for some sort of searching of what looks like booths. Roll a history check for me, please.
I'm really nervous for later because I'm rolling really well right now. That's a
Good.
dirty 20.
So literally less than 24 hours ago, the train was attacked, and you heard about it through your connections through the street. These people have a set of train booths that they are currently kind of combing over, and you can see that there's like a large scorch mark across the top of it. And you begin to see people that you've seen out on the street in various different parts, and it's almost as if like the people here don't seem to care about the weird hierarchy that happens upstairs outside of this space. And you realize now that it finally clicks. You can see color here. It's not outside. It's not natural light coming in through here.
And where is my friend right now?
He has been ushered through a set of doors. He's been ushered through a large metal door, I should say, that is currently guarded by a couple of people in trench coats. Another note to add, everybody's wearing trench coats here. There's like coat racks full of them at almost every door.
Only trench coats.
Well, since I'm already here and there's really no way to keep going without giving myself away at this point, I'm going to go over to the Aarakocra I saw them talking to.
Okay.
And I am going to try and talk to this person.
Okay. After they have walked away from him, this Aarakocra has made his way back over to a set of desks, and you can see that there are 6 currently kind of facing each other towards the center spot, where there is a single table where there are a bunch of different papers kind of scattered around with a variety of different things. He has sat down facing towards you, and as you come walking up, he just kind of looks up and goes, "Hey, can I help you?"
I hope so. I don't know where I am, but I saw some people. I saw some people drag somebody I know back here, and I want to make sure that he's okay.
Oh yeah, he's fine. You don't gotta worry about nothing.
See, it didn't seem friendly, and I am worried. So,
what's your name, kid?
What's it to you?
Well, I'm just trying to be somewhat nice here. You say you don't know where you're at. I mean, most people, whenever they're lost, you got to know where they're at, right? You got to help them find out where they're going, huh?
I'm hoping to go see my friend. is what I'm hoping.
Probably not a good idea. I'm gonna tell you that one right now. You don't want to go do that one.
See, I think I do.
He stands up and he kind of like holds a quill in his hand that is obviously made from one of his own feathers. And as he kind of like spins it in his hand for a few moments, look, kid, you should probably just leave. This is not a place for kids, okay? It's not going to be a good time if you stick around.
I'm hardly a kid. I've been raising myself this whole time, so. You're not a kid when you've been on your own for 10 years. Now, where's my friend?
Make a persuasion check.
16.
16? Okay.
Alan.
He kind of looks around for a moment. Look, kid, I'll be real with you. Your friend's not good people, okay? And if you're mixed in, if you're mixed into whatever he's mixed up in, can I help you out?
I'm just a finder. I just find things.
Yo, you're a finder? No fucking way. Hell yeah. This makes my job so much easier. And he puts the quill down at the desk and he pulls out a notebook that is obviously well used. As he kind of like starts flipping through it, you can see like a variety of different pages being turned where there's just arcane scribbling all over it. And 90% of it is impossible for you to read as he's just kind of like flipping through it rapidly. He opens it up and he just says, you know how to do this? And he kind of shows you a simple sigil for locate person.
Yeah.
Kid, you and I are going to get along. Name's Alan. And he puts out a hand.
I'll shake his hand. Okay. Nice to meet you, Alan.
Tell you what, you want to see your friend again?
Yeah.
You're not going to go through that door. Okay? I like you. You're honest, you're forward, and you take care of your people. Obviously, you take care of yourself. It's a good bit. Keep it up. It's a good bit. So, here's what I want you to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know those chuckle fucks that just followed him?
Yeah.
Keep track of them for me today, and we'll see if we can get you back there with your friend, huh?
Throw in a hot meal and you have a deal.
Oh, I'll make sure that oh, buddy, you want a hot meal right now? Come on. And he like wraps his arm around you and takes you up to the speakeasy, where it's just like quiet. That silence as the doors closed is almost like home, and a little eerie because there's a lack of water. But he just says, just stay here for a moment. I'll have Roach bring you something up in just a moment. What do you want? What do you like? Did you have breakfast this morning?
No.
I don't answer that. You said you take care of yourself. He kind of like opens the door and he shouts out. He says, "Hey, Roach! Hey, Roach!" And you can hear someone just kind of go, "Yeah! Hey, give me a mimosa for the kid and give me like 4 eggs and a pile of bacon, huh?" And he just says, And he closes the door and just kind of gives you a wink and says, "The mimosas are for me. You want a drink or something else? There's some water. There's some soda water. We got everything you kind of want over here. You want to pop?"
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And he goes behind the counter and kind of like pops open a fizzy drink and sets it on the counter.
Why do you want to follow these people?
Oh, because I'm supposed to. But if you're here, you're gonna make my job a little easier today, huh?
What? But they isn't this like your place though? Like you work?
Oh God,
here?
no. Oh God, no. This is sort of. It's complicated, really. I'm more like on retainer at the moment.
Do they work here?
Sort of. They're also kind of on retainer at the moment. It's a whole thing.
And you have to keep track of each other.
Well,
you have to keep track of them.
They don't keep track of me. I keep track of them. Well, as best I can. I'm pretty shit at it.
For evil or good that you do that?
Depends on the day, and it depends on whether or not Mac's involved. Mac's the big one with the
Interesting.
horns.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, if the first words out of your mouth to that guy are "fuck you, Mac," there's 10 gold notes in it.
We'll see.
As you say, we'll see, the door opens up and this lizard folk comes in with a set of silver domed trays that he sets onto the counter and just opens it up, and it's just the bacon is fresh, the eggs are perfect.
Copper's gonna eat the meal like a little too fast.
Okay. The entire time, Alan just kind of looks over at you, kind of watches out the door. Hey, you're getting ready to go. You gotta follow him.
All right.
Throw the bacon
of bacon in my mouth. I'll put the rest in my pocket.
As you kind of like follow them out through that same passage you just came in from, make a stealth check and then a wisdom saving throw.
$18 for the stealth. 21 on the saving throw.
Noted. Okay. As all of you are stepping out into the rain of Kasmar, and Veda, you get that message. Harold, Wilhelm. As you guys step out into that alleyway and out into the streets, you see someone step, like, just out of your periphery, a smaller figure step out from that space and, like, try to hide around a corner.
Harold, I think we might need to return home.
You know how much I distaste that very notion, so
My home.
I assume there's a good reason.
Well, it seems something's happened with Mama.
I don't mean to interrupt anything that's happening here. Hopefully your mother is okay. We are definitely, by the way, we have picked up a bit of a shadow.
Were you from the train?
Not that kind of shadow, just a tail.
Well,
Well,
they waiting for
I
us
mean,
after
I
we
saw
came out?
I saw as well, but
I'm not certain if they were waiting for us. It almost seems to me as if it is perhaps someone from the Lily themselves, because, or maybe someone Alan has sent to keep an eye on us. Not certain.
Where are they?
God, fucking Alan.
Did anybody forget anything? He dropped something? Everybody got their wallets?
I'll just like sort of nod.
I immediately turn around and go, "Hey, kid, what's going on?"
Hey, fuck you, Mac.
Yep, he's from Allen.
Yes,
all
it's
right.
definitely someone Alan sent along.
Yeah, what's your name?
Why do you want my name?
Well, obviously Alan sent you to either follow us or join us. And, it's just polite. You know who I am.
Yep, because Alan sent me to watch you.
I know. So,
But
I mean,
name's Powerful.
your name is Powerful?
Great
That's
name.
a cool name.
All names are
Fantastic
powerful.
Kind of a cool name. Yeah, but, I'm not the kind of person that generally thinks that coming up to someone and saying, fuck you, Mac, without at least identifying themselves pleasantly. That's kind of a thing that...
It's true. The last person who said that without him knowing who it was, well, we don't talk about them anymore.
I actually have nurse-patient confidentiality, so you can trust me implicitly.
Yeah, we just, I'm just asking.
It
It's
was
like,
made
hey,
into law.
I'm Mac, this is everybody. Yeah, like, what's your name? And, I mean, you're obviously going to be hanging out with us or following us or something.
Also, Veda, your mother.
I know.
Yeah,
Can
what
I
about
can I insight check Veda?
She is like stuttering. Like you can tell something's up. So I would feel free.
Yeah, passive insight will do that. Yeah.
Wait, Veda, are you all right?
Um. Uh.
Did I mean I assumed
I
with your
don't think so. I think something's happened with my mother. Our houseman called and well, he implied that she was dead. So.
right.
I'm sorry.
She's been dead
you
for
say-
like a long time. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but you mean like dead, erased from existence, unlife, no longer uncoursing through her veins kind of
not in the
stuff?
joking sense, yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's something important to go check out. So, yeah. Hey, Powerful, you want to join us?
And Max, that's
Hopper.
It's a lot easier to track where we are if you're just here.
Oh, your name's Copper.
My name's Copper.
Fuck you, Copper.
You seem nice enough. There was 10 gold in it for me in my defense, okay?
Okay, I'll give you 15. If the next time you see that bird-brained son of a bitch, you say, well, fuck you, Alan.
Deal.
Cool. Hey, I like him.
25 gold.
Best day of this
Great.
kid's life.
15 years of wages, homie. Heck yeah, I'm doing it.
Best fucking day of this kid's life.
All right, well,
What's the rest of his names?
oh, this is Jackass, Bumblefuck. No, I'm kidding. It's,
Harold Johnson at your service.
Harold, nice to meet you.
little guy's name is Pip.
I'm Pip. Hello.
Hi, Pip.
And we got
You seem cool.
Miss Bennett, Veda Bennett. And then
Miss Bennett.
Then
Wilhelm
Wilhelm Weiss.
Sorry, like kind of like looking back and forth between you and Veda. Yeah, Wilhelm Weisskreuz. Pleasure to meet you. Weathford Hole Investigative Services.
Quite the accent. How's Willie?
Really? No. Wilhelm will be fine.
Like,
Okay, Wilhelm. No problem.
he tends to get hot around the collar, and I don't mean that figuratively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about Rita, you go. Did you need us to come along? Or? I don't really know if we're invited. Your mom didn't like us very much.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're investigators. If something's awry, we should go investigate.
How does this happen? Yes, I think you should.
I think she will begin walking, and like trying to speak in hushed tones because like this child is like new to her. She doesn't like think he's untrustworthy or anything. She just doesn't know him. When I was working at the hospital, a little over a year ago, I'd overheard things, violent things. There was a patient, and he was ordering someone around, and he saw that I'd heard, and I promised him I wouldn't say anything, and I haven't said anything, but I'm wondering if maybe he might think that I have.
That is a lot to unpack. Yeah, at a bit of a standstill,
Veda,
though, yeah.
You know what I do every day. Why didn't you bring this to me?
Well, you didn't really see him. He was quite, with the
Have you seen the Minotaur?
Yeah, I think he might have had a bit more guns than him.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Now I feel underdressed.
At the very least, let's take you to. We'll take you home.
Yeah, no, I will.
I know a shortcut. We can get there pretty quick.
yeah, we'll take a shortcut.
I mean,
Do you
Demetrius
prefer
said-
powerful or copper?
Copper is my name.
Is powerful the middle name?
That's not a name that I have, no.
Power cop.
Okay. Okay, it's a cool nickname then. We'll get there when we're
Brother
friends
to
or something like
Robo.
that.
Just Copper's good.
Okay, well, do you have to follow us, or like, do we drop something?
No, I'm following you. This is what I'm getting paid for.
Okay, cool. How long have you known Alan?
Like
As we're
15
walking.
minutes.
Okay.
Really?
As oh, no wonder you're doing his bidding. If you'd known him any longer, you wouldn't.
Where'd you put your tattoo?
What?
What?
I don't think even Veda has the tattoo, actually.
Veda would have the tattoo.
Does
by
she have the
now.
tattoo now? I don't remember being offered it. Oh, I don't have
As we're
names, thank you.
walking, as we're walking, Harold's gonna ask, or Harold's gonna just without asking, actually, because he has no manners. He's gonna send Veda a message and see if she knows, and if not, then to meet them. Or not Veda. Sorry, sister.
Which one?
Anita?
Anita. Yeah, I only have one sister.
Your sister,
one-
not my
Right,
sister.
right,
The one
right,
he
right,
likes.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. As you
Although
kind of like-
funny to make to call Richard my sister too. That'd be funny. Harold likes that notion.
The response is, of course I've heard. They aren't letting anybody else in. It's all the rage on the street.
Well, I can't respond now, so fuck them. Veda, just so you're aware, this seems to have generated somewhat of a spectacle. I don't know if Pip can get us in some kind of back way, but there may be some publicity here.
Actually, my room is at the very top, and it's up towards the back of the house. There's a giant picture window. But there's a tree that I used to climb down and sneak out from that as a little girl. So maybe we could get in through the back fence. There might be.
Veda.
Like Veda would. Sorry.
Veda would have climbed down the side of the wall.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like a little spider monkey. So.
Or just spider.
Or just spider, yeah.
Like, not to be rude, but you're her daughter. I'm pretty sure you can walk in the front door with your friends who happen to be investigators in case there's any foul play.
Well, I mean, that's just what I was going to say. I mean, we don't have to
Yeah.
go with you. I mean, if you need some times, that's. I don't know if it's as prudent that we all just barge in there with you. I just want to make sure that you are okay.
Well, I actually don't have any other friends other than Harold, so.
Well, and I didn't mean it in the sense of,
no, of course, then, yeah.
shouldn't be seen or anything like that. I meant more along the lines of your own privacy.
Why don't you come along and we can decide then?
Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We lost an Eli.
We lost Eli. Not in the chat anymore. Disaster! They killed him
Disaster in
too!
Kasmar. He probably lost internet or something like that. Continue.
I mean, I think we should go in as moral support and as your friends. And if there's anything, hinky, we deal with it when we can.
That would be fine, yes. I would appreciate it.
All right,
And she's
well,
not messaging anybody, by the way. She's not messaging, like, any kind of family.
Well, then, lead the way, Miss Bennett.
Oh no, turn left here. That way is longer this way.
after a good 20-30 minute jaunt through the city, you get to the edge of the housing district where there is a large portion of much nicer housing.
Nicer?
Very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
Very
Very, very
nice.
nice. Um, but there are practically mansions along the riverbank of this space. The entire
along the
houses go
riverbank.
down, like have backyards that literally go down to it, and there are a variety of different people that have boats and whatnot that go out onto the river Kasmar. And as we continue to travel down this street, it begins to get more and more packed. As you can see, a large crowd of people currently filling the street as the flashing lights of the ambulance and cops are lighting up a large, dark manor. Lots of deep, swinging, Gothic architecture. As you guys get close, you start showing your badges. Veda, go through that front gate that's currently open, taking that circle driveway up to your large front door. That is still currently sitting open.
Are we hearing, like, are there any, like, news reporters, like, talking about, like, what are we hearing, like, gossip-wise as we go up in?
Make a perception check.
Definitely.
May I also?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, not bad.
it's
20.
a 9 for a dirty 20.
So 2 20s?
She had a 23.
23. So as you're kind of like listening, Harold, as you typically do in a crowd, you begin to hear murmurs of foul play. Of course, you begin hearing murmurs of a variety of different things, and it's unsettling to say the least. It's uncomfortable and happy. Some people are saying it's just a fluke. You know, she's a vampire. Vampires don't die. Veda, as you kind of like peek around, there are people standing there with notepads, currently like writing down, interviewing some of the various different werepoodles that are standing around this space, kind of keeping the crowd back a little bit. Some you can see one of them has a familiar one, actually. The halfling from the other day is standing there talking with somebody else from the ambulance, and as the halfling kind of looks up and over in your direction, there's a moment of recognition, and he closes the notebook and just walks away.
Yeah, I will lead everyone up to the front doors and make my way in if nobody stops me.
If anyone is like starts to approach Veda and she looks uncomfortable, like if she's gonna get blocked by the press, Harold will basically try to be big man and then realize he's just magic man, not big man, and we'll have to do something else.
Yeah, no, you don't have that kind of issue at the moment. As you're kind of stepping into this space, the rain begins to kind of fade back into the rest of the background noise and to the chatter. You can hear the occasional boom of thunder outside as the interior is dimly lit. All the torches are lit down this long hallway with large pillars that are all elegant and beautiful whites and blacks with hints of reds and purples. It's beautiful, beautiful space, spotless. And off to the right, there's a lounge couch where three people are sitting. Well, two people are sitting right now. There are two girls that look very similar to Veda in complexion and kind of like the general facial structures for the most part. It's obviously that their family is sitting there just crying. Well, the younger one is. The older one, however, is currently just lounging back on it, swirling a glass of wine.
Daddy, these are my friends. Friends, this is my father, Theodore, and my sisters Esther and Eleanor.
The human is currently being the human man that is standing here is very nicely dressed. He's got kind of his blazer on, open at the moment, but he looks distraught. The graying hair overhead is this nice salt and pepper, but it's pushed over to this immaculate press. You can see a few wrinkles kind of starting to gather around the edges, crow's feet, that kind of thing. Cleanly shaven, bags beneath his eyes, and he's just currently speaking with an officer. I don't know. I haven't said anything. And he looks over as you come in, and he just kind of beckons you over. Veda.
Yeah, she'll go over and kind of lean down and kiss his cheek a little bit, and I think she'll kneel probably in front of him and just take his hand and what happened?
I went to her quarters this morning and nearly broke my neck. I'm sorry, dear. The officer walks away for a few minutes.
But what happened? And she kind of looks around, like if there's like any like other officers in the room, like.
Oh yeah, there are currently officers just kind of like gathering around, kind of talking about a variety of different things, looking around, taking note of different things. You can see that grand staircase that goes up and kind of swirls around to the upper that second floor, and then another set of stairs that goes up to the third, and that go off into the various different hallways. There are cops kind of up there going about. Some of them are currently taking loud pictures overhead.
Wait, of her head? Like
No,
decapitated?
Overhead.
Very different story we're telling here.
Lord.
Like an aerial view.
She was just in her bed. Well, what's left of her?
Was she staked? Was it the sun?
I don't know. There's a stake there, but I don't know. It's ice and scorch marks, and I don't know.
Wait, he said ice and scorch marks?
Mm-hmm.
They're heading upstairs.
Okay.
Ice and
Harold's definitely going upstairs.
I'm going to put my hand out to Teddy very quickly and just say, yes, hello, I am a friend of Veda's, Wilhelm Weiskus. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Kind of stands up and straightens his jacket out and does his best to compose himself before shaking your hand. Just says, Theodore Bennett.
Mr. Bennett, we will figure out what happened here. One thing.
I think at this point Veda will get up. Kind of just seems I am the only one that's not that she's okay, but like that she is the only one capable of handling this situation. And she'll under her breath say that it's all right for them to go upstairs and start investigating with probably the police as well.
Mac's
but she
already
will
halfway up.
I was gonna say Max
Copper
already.
is following
Yeah.
Mac
stomping
specifically.
up.
Oh, Mac would have looked back and like made eyes with Copper and went like, "Come on."
And she will just meet with Bertrand very briefly, and make just discuss funeral arrangements and things like that.
Okay.
Very like suddenly like very business beta, like stuttering on the street, but now that she's here, like gotta compose myself. Yeah.
If it's sticking with Veda for moral support. Just every now and then you just have a little frog hand pat the back. It's okay. Give you some water.
Gotta stay hydrated.
There's water, man.
I'm just gonna like put a arm on like a hand on Pip's shoulder, just like squeeze it a little bit, like as if like a sort of like you're doing the right thing, and then head upstairs.
Great, make a Constitution saving throw.
Right.
He's wearing
The
clothes.
entire house is poisoned now.
I'm mostly clothed. Yeah. Fine.
All right. So
Check the character art.
as all of you begin making your way up, kind of following the natural line of police officers to what you assume is one of the master bedrooms. The architecture again is immaculate, clean, perfect. Make perception checks, everybody that's going to investigate.
Much better.
That's a 24.
16
for me.
plus 9 for a 25.
24, 29.
14.
25.
14.
25, not 29.
I actually got a dirty 20. I'm
Nice.
impressed.
Fantastic. So as you guys are kind of like going along, you can see the smaller groups of cops, these werepoodles that are standing over the top of each other. There's always one that's fully weared out, kind of over the top of the other one, holding a variety of different things, hand on the pistol, as the other one is kind of like scraping portions of what looks like hand railing off. And as you're kind of looking, you can see that a couple of them are obviously not anything related to this. It's old markings on old wood. There's no way it's going to be any sort of evidence for the situation. Your eyes are all well trained for it at this point. Copper, you've never been anywhere this nice and not been kicked out immediately. So as you're kind of like looking around, just you're starting to
Wallpaper is gold.
I've only heard of wainscotings.
It's beautiful, immaculate, fantastic, checkered between different colors on different portions of the wall, with like wood going up to that half point with that wainscoting that's nice and articulately carved along the way. Whoever did the work in this place, brilliant. And as you're kind of like following along, what?
I'm just gonna like nudge Mac a little bit and be like, sorry, Veda like lives here?
Yeah, family's pretty old in this part. They're part of the whole hospital thing here. So yeah, their money's good. Old family.
I feel like I could make money off of their garbage.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, it's one of them. So yeah, but hey, we gotta.
You should see my families.
Yeah, if you keep hanging out with us, yeah, wait till you see all that.
As you guys are kind of like having this conversation,
Just don't stay for dinner.
you can feel the air physically drop in temperature as you get closer to the room. Harold, you specifically, as you guys come around the set of double doors that is kind of pushed inward into pocket doors into the actual wall themselves, you see you just barely catch it before you're kind of distracted by the rest of the room. There's a thin blonde hair, kind of like almost trapped in between where the pocket door meets the wall. Walking into this room, however, is a sight to behold. And that drop in temperature makes sense immediately. As you can see little crystals of ice currently like hanging from a chandelier overhead, there's a vanity that is just completely iced over. There's like a couple different sets of chest of drawers that are currently like being chipped at as they're completely layered over in ice. There's a large mirror off in the corner that is beautiful, but again, frosted glass. This huge 4-poster bed with a large canopy overhead. It sits in front of a massive stained glass window. That is this beautiful, immaculate picture of a tall female holding a glass of wine that almost looks like it's shaped into that of a medically correct heart. Sipping from it, this long red dress kind of filtered, the gray light filtered to that red over the top of it. And in the center of the bed, you can see this familiar figure, or at least what's left of it, as it's slowly crumbling into ash. About the top 3/4 of a body of Aurora Bennett, with a stake in the middle of her chest, completely iced over and slowly crumbling away. The cops in here are currently going about kind of like chipping a few different things, doing what they can to kind of pull everything out and start kind of checking the various different places with your, like rolling over your perception checks from before. You can see underneath the ice in a variety of different places scorch marks. Like there was a fight in here that didn't actually do any damage to anything physically.
Is the ice melting?
No.
Next question. Can I mage hand that blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to kind of, once I have it in my possession, I'd like to message Wilhelm and see if he's got something to put it in. Trying to do it discreetly.
Yeah. I don't even respond as I'm sort of scanning the room, looking at the ice and everything else. I just reached in my jacket, pull out a small bag for him to put the evidence in, like a typical evidence bag.
So there's a stained glass window, bed. Okay.
Yeah, stained glass window, bed, chest of drawers, vanity, mirror, and then it's just completely coated over in ice with scorch marks underneath it. And various.
Do we know the Blue Streak to have had anything ice related? It's been a long time since we've interacted with them.
No, from what you guys have seen so far, it's all sound based.
Yeah, I looked through my notes. There's nothing about ice. I think, wasn't Pip's grandma a white dragon?
Yeah, so that's
the only thing that I can think of, is that it would be related to that.
I too will sort of nudge Mac at this point and say it's a bit of deja vu.
Yeah, looking kind of weird. Is Pip up there right now?
No, Pip's downstairs with Beta.
Okay.
We'll be joining promptly. Like,
Okay.
I'm not spending the entire time downstairs.
It'll take a few minutes before you guys get up there. You guys have a good probably 10 minutes alone upstairs. Cool.
So
would investigation give me something different than what we have now?
Potentially. Copper, what are you doing?
Hey, Copper, you seem to be a, shall we say, handy kind of person. Look around. How would you get in here? Because I ain't seeing anything. Beside them stairs and this here door.
It's a 29, by the way, Chuck. Now I have a 29.
I'm gonna look around the room and walk around a bit and try and find any, like, the kind of places that I would look for, basically, or even looking, like, if there's a window, looking out that and seeing, like, if there's a way up, like from the outside, something like that.
Okay. Make a. I'll allow either perception or investigation. Your choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then after those two, I will be looking for the nearest officer. That looks like he's got statements and he's taking note. Detective, perhaps.
Okay. There's one standing outside. Which one are you doing, Copper?
Perception, and it's going to be a natural 20 for 27.
Nice.
Oh, god damn.
So let's go from this. Let's start from the top. Mac, you're just gonna ask questions, or just like ask Copper what you would see.
Yeah, I'm having, because I can kind of tell he's kind of like a, kind of an urchin type. So
okay.
And this is a magic event, which is above my pay grade. I'm gonna just start looking around and see if there's any active, weapon discharge, melee, anything like that.
Well, I'll give you that with that information from the investigation. With the 29 investigation, the scorch marks are not that of fire. They're that of radiant damage. Looking around the room, you actually find a single bit of weapon damage on the bed itself, as there is a single slice just barely even taken off of one of the feet of the 4 posters on the foot of the bed.
Like it was a strike down and missed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Then let's see. The 29. Make an Arcana check with advantage. As Copper, you're kind of like going around the room, looking at the walls, kind of looking for different places in. You find that there's actually a panel. Part of the wainscoting has like the ice that is currently gone over the top of it. There's a thin layer that goes down the center of it that's almost curved inward. Like like it almost went through a small gap that's maybe about not even 1/8 of an inch. And
bad news is that's a go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say bad news is that's a 2 for a 13. Good news is the second roll was a 19 for a 30.
Okay. You know that if you could possibly like get the ice to let it go, you find there is a secret panel here.
Okay. Then I don't think I have warm stuff. I don't have warm stuff. I'll try and pop it open on my own before I try and get help, because I would. I'm gonna pull one of the shivs I have out of like the back of my pants and try and like just like get it right in the crack and try and pop it and see if I can maybe make it enough.
Make a.
Knowing it's.
I'll take an athletics check on that one.
It's not good. That's a 17.
As you shove against it, your shiv actually like bends in the crack. But you have a hole now into the wall, and Mac, you're watching this as he just kind of like goes over and like sees that and kind of goes down along the end, pulls that shit out and like puts a foot up and bends it into the wall before pulling it out.
Mac, I found it. And I'm gonna just like put it back.
I'm just kind of like standing there nodding,
like it didn't happen.
There's just like a handle sticking out of his coat in the back.
Mac's got serious dad energy right now.
Wilhelm.
Mac is also going, so that's where he hides his weapons.
Wilhelm, as you step up to the detective outside, it is a less of a werepoodle and more of like just a werewolf with a bit more of a floppy ear thing going on, kind of a browner face that goes across to a bit of a white to one side.
Do I know this detective or no?
Yeah, probably. Most people just call him Mac, but his last name's Graw. As he's just is currently like just sitting there, just writing And he, as you come walking up, he just goes, Wilhelm. You're muted if you're trying to talk.
You're
to me.
muted.
Graw, it's good to see you, Detective.
Mm.
At least I have someone who knows what they're doing here today, which makes me feel better. Apologies for bursting in. Miss Bennett's daughter is a friend of ours.
Yeah. Get anything?
So far, nothing much. I can't tell you. It's a shock to Vader. If not all of us. What do you have?
What? Nothing. I took statements from all their servants. Their butlers and maids and stuff. Nobody knew anything. Nobody heard anything. There was nothing. Talked to Teddy. Talked to Eleanor and Esther, and they just Esther was out, so she came in later.
They at least corroborate when she arrived, but what time frame she would have been in her room?
They showed up. She showed up apparently early morning, getting ready for bed. She sleeps during the day. You know how this shit goes.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, if we stumble upon anything, I will let you know. Any word on where she was returning from? She had arrived.
Last I knew, she was up at the casinos, but she made it back. She got a mage to bring her back home after hearing about the train. Apparently, she didn't take the train anyway. I don't know why she didn't just fly herself. Isn't that one of the things that these bloodsuckers can do is fly, right? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I possibly. Anyways, again, thank you. We will keep you abreast if we find anything. We are probably just going to poke about for a bit, do whatever we can.
You've got my rune, and one of these days I'll get you on the force.
Someday it's that captain. We don't see eye to eye.
You just gotta look the other way, just like the rest of the lawyers do,
Well, keep up the good work.
You too. With a 29, what did you get? 20 what on your Arcana?
Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, no, Arcana was a 30.
A 30? Okay, you recognize the
investigation to get me advantage was a 29, and then yeah.
So there's only really one spell that can do this kind of carnage in this kind of space with this like magical ice. There is a freezing orb spell that was cast in here, though it doesn't make any sense because you can stake a vampire in where they're supposed to be resting and they just stop moving, so why freeze it afterward? The scorch marks are that of radiant damage from some of them are in correlation to what's this? It's very similar to what Wilhelm does. There are sacred flame marks, and then there are let's see. Gotta go look at the spell real quick. This won't take long.
Chuck, while you're looking that up, is her body frozen?
A portion of it is. It's starting to turn to ashes underneath the ice. It's almost like it's almost preserved. Let's see, what's the spell I'm what's it called? There's a certain spell that does radiant damage and causes exhaustion. I can't remember.
Sickening Radiance.
There you go. Sickening Radiance does
here for you, boo-boo.
I know, I appreciate it. some of it is correlating like that around the bed, and kind of like looking around the room. Whoever was doing this corralled her to the bed and then proceeded to stake her and then proceeded to sickening radiance until she died, and then dropped an orb to preserve it.
It's a message. It's a message. Wilhelm, I assume you're back from talking to police.
Yes, Harold. What have you found?
Any recent word of your roommate?
None. Wise. This does not seem like his MO, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
You're not wrong, but I don't know where else I would have seen this kind of radiant magic, unless, of course, you killed the late Miss Bennett.
Could you point it out to me?
So I'll go through that kind of scene. I'll procedural crime show, walk through,
Enhance
in the middle of the scene, and then all of a sudden, not even like that, more like as I describe it, like the scene almost plays around me, kind of thing, where she's getting corralled into the bed, gets staked down, and then the spell gets cast.
So Sherlock.
And that too. What else is Harold if not shitty Sherlock Holmes?
Okay.
So
it's not like that's originally where I went with this build in the first place.
I mean, I understand, but
surely he's not the only person capable of this kind of magic.
Right.
It's the first instinct.
It is not me rushing to his defense. However, he is very much the scorched earth kind of person, and if he wanted to kill a house full of vampires, he would kill the entire
Not
house
have stopped
full
at
of
one,
vampires.
I see,
Right,
yes.
Yeah. But it's not, they are not individuals. They are subdivision of a greater evil, right? That is the premise.
Right.
As you guys are discussing this, Mac, you go over. What are you doing to open up this panel?
So it's iced over?
Yeah.
Okay. I just kind of glance at Copper for a second, pull out my pocket knife, pull out my lighter, start heating the knife, and carving away the ice.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Veda, Pip, you guys walk up from handling the arrangements downstairs to see Copper and Mac currently cutting at the wall, full of ice. You see the scene before you.
My great grandfather carved that. And she'll kind of just walk over to the bed, looking. Doesn't really seem to have much emotion. She's kind of contained herself. But I know it's totally hopeless, but she wants to make a medicine check anyway to see if there's any chance of her mother being saved.
Make it.
Anyone got true res?
Natural one. Ain't that? I love this game.
Mom's host.
No, that's
No, natural
that's
one means she
poetic.
thinks
That's
everything's
poetic.
possible.
Yeah.
With a natural one for a total of?
Weirdly, I think it's 7. 7.
Okay, so with the 7, as you kind of was standing over this empty husk of ice where the legs would have been, there's ash already starting to kind of go down underneath. You can see the stake sticking out of the chest in this ice. You can see the bottom portion of her turning to ash in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Her hands are kind of splayed across her stomach over the top of that stake, and her eyes are just absolute abject horror at the situation at hand. You figure if you can dislodge that stake, maybe. I mean, vampires regenerate, right?
What time of day is it?
It is currently now a little afternoon.
Okay. If the curtains are not closed,
They are frozen.
They're. Of course they are. God damn it. Frozen open, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Of course. Of course.
And as you're kind of like looking it over, the thing that distracts you from what you're trying to gather and accomplish here is this loud as the panel snaps open, and you hear this as the other two open up this wainscoting to look down inside of a small, what looks like safe area full of frozen packets of blood, piles of gold notes wrapped in bands, and a single pistol that looks like it's never been touched.
All right, well,
You could have asked me.
I don't
for
think
the-
this is
for the
how they got in.
combination to that.
well, no, we thought this was how whomever assaulted your mother got into the room, because that window don't open. So the only way was up the staircase and into the room here. So seeing
Do
if
I
there was
know of
any
any
other
crawl-
way.
Do I know of any crawl spaces or like what is it? Like the servants' hallways, you know, like the little skinny ones?
Not to this room in particular.
Okay.
Nearly every other room has one.
Dumb waiters.
There's a set of dumbwaiters, kind of hidden behind.
Do
another
I
panel.
see? Can I suss out where the dumbwaiter is?
Yeah, easy enough. It's like right next to the chest of drawers.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there and open it up. And like,
Oh.
can I?
You're gonna try.
Well,
It's frozen.
well,
I've worked with a few dumb waiters in my
Listen,
time.
the laundry chute remains locked at all times. Thank you.
Hey, Matt, can you help me out? I might be able to fit in here, so like I could go look.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If you can't fit, we can always toss Pip down there too. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna start doing the same thing, just trying to find the weak spots in the ice and heat and crack and heat and crack.
Okay, it'll take a few
The,
minutes before you get that done.
The ice, the ice that is around the room, is it like random, or is it like Frozone putting ice down, in The Incredibles or whatever, like enough to make like a path almost? Like, is it
No.
an explosion, or is
It is an explosion that has covered every single surface in this room. This room is.
Would I get
maybe
an idea of the
40
power of that?
Yeah, freezing orb. Oh, it looks freezing orb.
Oh, freezing sphere. Okay, yeah.
Sphere. My bad. Yeah.
Same thing.
Same.
I was pondering my freezing sphere.
There are cops still in this room, or is it just us?
There's a couple of them that are kind of like now copying Mac, starting to heat up their knives. They're their various different knives and trying to get into the chest of drawers and
They'd already mentioned she was at the casino. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, they did to me. I did not
Yeah.
mention that we saw her there.
Okay. We were at the casino
Harold,
where we saw her recently. Maybe it's a bad debt.
I'm Ms. Veda, your family doesn't have bad debts. No, this is something different.
I would find that difficult to believe given the amount of money in the corner and just knowing my family and yours. Bad debt seems a bit unlikely. Yes, Wilhelm?
never mind. I'm gonna begin ritual casting detect magic.
Okay.
And I am gonna turn to Veda, like seeing her try to pull the frozen steak out of her mom, and like now trying to stutter through that, and just be, Veda, you have to be here. We can take care of this.
there's no one else in my family, so.
I'm just gonna kind of like look over to Harold real quick. Okay.
Veda,
Do your best.
I know. I mean, can Harold make a medicine check and see if, like, if what Veda's doing has any sense in it whatsoever?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Yikes! It's still bad, but thankfully that's an intelligence skill.
Medicine.
That's a 4. No. Oh yeah, you're right. It is wisdom. But I still have a +6 in it, so that's nice. That's that's a 14.
With a 14, with the fact that the body is preserved, if you can get the stake out quick enough, maybe. Very, very, very hard, maybe.
Veda, I'm going to try to help you with this, but I want you to know if there is any chance at all of anything at all good happening here, it's a very slim one.
I know that she shouldn't have a stake in her heart. It's
Understood.
unlikely.
And let's see, what can I do?
Does anyone still have one of those healing potions? I used mine on the train.
Yeah, I got mine.
Maybe if we take it out fast enough and pour that on too.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I don't really know how this stuff works, so.
If I toll the dead and do necrotic damage to a vampire, is that healing for them?
I think they're just resistant to it.
Would my healing hands work?
Have a lantern. I can heat it up.
Oh, I do wish Podrick were here.
I can get
would
the stake out. If we need this room to be warmer, it's not a problem.
Wilhelm, would you please?
Wait, we need it like one spot warmer. We just need
It's
the
very
stake part warm.
concentrated warmer. Yes.
He wants the stake out, yeah?
No, we're not on a stakeout. This is. No, I'm just kidding.
Not the time for jokes. Chip.
That was Justin, not Harold.
The dumbwaiter opens up.
No.
The what opens up?
Dumbwaiter.
Oh, okay.
Anything in there?
No, you just see the line down.
Will I fit?
Oh, the dumbwaiter's not there yet. Do we see any scrapes, scratches, markings on the ledge that connects to the dumbwaiter?
No, you guys have all the information on the room at the current moment.
Let's just start cranking that puppy up. As Will.
Yeah. Bring it up, because obviously if they went in or out this way, they got in it, went down,
First off, is there a weight on the other end? Is it still attached?
Yeah.
Still attached. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. If you go like, whoop, and the rope just goes. Whew,
That's true.
it's a problem.
Yeah, because it doesn't say, like, cure wounds. Cure wounds says does not work on undead or constructs, but healing hands says it does not specify.
How do they fucking heal? Drinking blood? Probably.
I'll say that your healing
an
hands would
idea.
work, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say I have an idea as well, and it's gonna hurt a lot.
Okay, who's pulling the stake is my question.
I will hold on to the stake.
It's got to be Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Veda might be strong enough too, but
It's like
it's not gonna be Harold.
Actually, shockingly, my strength is low. It's just my dex. I could do an acrobatics, but that's not gonna.
How would you like to acrobatically remove the stake from your mother's chest?
All right.
I'm
Pip
gonna
the
rig
muscle
a pulley,
coming in.
okay, and I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Thank you.
Tell you what, guys, we will handle that after we
Momentum's
take a quick
huge.
break.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us so far. Make sure that you use those elf eggs to get into that dice entry. I have to run away.
Chuck needs to make a battle map.
Get the Denny's map. Get the. My fucking mind.
Did we go live on that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That is what I said. Mac, you wanted to count it in. He said he would do such a good job.
Yeah, and I fucking did in 2 different languages, asshole.
Don't we normally
after putting
do
me
it
on the
right?
spot.
Don't we normally run the radio recap again at break? What are we doing here?
Oh, yeah. What are we doing? We should run the radio recap
You
again.
know, it's just
See,
not
good.
it's not that kind of nice.
See, JD? That's
Fade
why.
back out.
Everything
Fade
was
back
too
out.
Fade out, run the radio recap.
Too
You're
heavy. Too
embarrassing
heavy. I'm
us
trying
in
to
front of the
save. I'm
guests.
trying to save a woman's life or unlife.
So,
Eli, I swear it's always like this.
My internet
I
has
mean,
literally
never
cut
like
out
this.
twice tonight, so it's good.
so as you
We're rubbing off on you. That's what it is.
gross. Anyway, so let me be clear.
Hey,
You're using
that's-
healing hands
Charles.
to heat the ice with the spike in hand and gonna yank it at the same time. Yeah, like that's the
No.
plan.
No.
What's the plan?
The plan is I'm going to try to just pull the spike out
Just like yank it.
and then
There's ice.
go in with my healing hands.
Okay. It will be a strength check to pull this out of the ice. And
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cast Bless on myself.
okay.
And Harold, no, I don't have guidance right now. Fuck. But if Harold sees that the healing hands is like not doing the trick, he has something he'll do.
Yes,
Also,
you
can
said
I
rest.
help on the strength check?
How are you helping?
I would like to light up my, or I would like to
poison.
have lit up. Yeah, I would like to poison the vampire. I would like to
I don't know why
have lit up
this
my
keeps happening.
lantern, so that way the metal is warm, and so we can hold that near to kind of start melting the ice.
Okay.
I
Strength check.
Can't help on the healing hands, but
I mean, shouldn't I get advantage
Or
anyways?
strength.
Because I'm just naturally a bit, pretty. Not. So you're fine.
you say I'm naturally a bit pretty.
I'm
I
naturally
need to
pretty.
step
I
away.
said no.
I need to
no,
step
I
away
said
for just a moment.
naturally pretty hot is what I said.
I just watched.
All right, quickly, let's roll as many strength checks as I can.
Right. I just watched Chuck's background light up with a lightning strike.
Oh, I bet his kid's screaming right now.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Dude, that one was close.
It's okay. We'll tell you if you succeed, JD. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You want me to just go? I'm trying to get him to give me advantage here. I'm trying to lawyer my way into this.
Are we
I think,
live right now?
I think
Yeah.
I might have
Yeah, we are.
prevented.
We are 100% live right now.
But that's okay. This is the strategy planning. So
This is strategy planning. Okay.
Pip's trying to melt the ice
A little
to
bit.
free it up.
It'd take too long to not.
Yeah. Wilhelm is blessing himself to pull the stake and then healing hands. Veda, you're right there. What are you doing?
I am also planning on adding my hands healing stuff.
Okay,
Punch some
cool.
health into mom.
Put some health in a mom.
I actually have a way to heal necrotically. Like specifically, necrotic energy does healing.
Oh, you know what? This is a good point. I do as well.
Ms. Liz Lane is saying we all have advantage. So cool.
I think
Well, thank you.
That tracks,
That's my
to be
boss.
honest. Yeah.
That's my boss.
Oh, right on.
Oh,
no,
hello,
not
boss.
actually. Not actually.
Thanks,
She's a mod
Eli's
on our
boss.
About to say, give him a raise.
I'm gonna say life transference.
Yeah, life transference will do.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a.
Oh,
We
there
just
goes-
lost
there goes
Chuck.
Rebooting.
They say power flicker.
Oh man.
What the
that
chuck
was
is
a
going on?
lightning strike.
This is
Yeah.
The game
amazing.
is ours.
Wow.
What chaos can ensue tonight?
So,
Wow.
Eli,
Oh,
congratulations! You're now the DM. I hope you
Amazing.
read up on all of the lore and all of Chuck's notes.
Okay.
So yeah, you're running it from here.
I have about 5 things written down, so I'm gonna need. Just kidding.
Hey, that is
Eli's gonna
5
fit
more
right
things
in.
than I have written down.
Eli's gonna fit right
So
in.
we all find 10,000
Right.
gold each.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think
And
I'm
we
no-
gained
wait.
6 levels. Holy shit.
We save
Wait,
Veda's
Veda.
mom, and
Everybody
she's so
gets advantage on everything Forever.
Beta, if we both found 10,000 gold, would we be poorer than before?
So, like,
That's a good question.
whether Veda's mom lives or dies, some of those bundles of gold notes are leaving this house. I'm
Oh,
telling
no.
you right now.
Are you stealing from my dead mom?
100%.
We don't even need money anymore. Like, we have no requirement.
You literally
for
have a
money.
credit card.
with no limit.
Sometimes.
Which I'm not going to use for illicit purposes.
I know,
Oh
but
my
also
God.
the Shaded Lily just gives us money.
They give us
Sometimes it's
money
just about the
according
thrill,
to
man.
what we had before. That was the stipulation.
Oh, Lord. Stealing
They
from
don't
my
just give us
dead
cash.
mother.
Yeah,
She's
see,
not
like,
even.
yeah.
Well, she's already cold, so.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna
See?
wait till the body gets room
Yeah.
temperature.
No, I'm not.
Sometimes you just do
I
that
already have a plan because we have a new, we have a new addition to the crew right now who looks like they are pretty shifty.
Yeah, we have a
Good at
new
things.
DM. Great communications.
We have-
Max stealing from my dead mom. That's what we've gotten to so
Right.
far, Chuck.
Are,
Aye,
are
aye,
you
aye.
saying we've known Copper for all of 30 minutes, and so we have to set an example by taking shitloads of money from the rich people?
No,
From someone who's supposedly your friend, you fucks.
we've known Copper for about 30 minutes.
Now I'm going
So
to
it's
burn your
perfect,
house down, Veda.
Because
I'm
if
so
someone's
sorry.
going to
Please,
steal
burn me
and
with
get
it.
caught, it
Burn
won't
me
be
with
us.
it, please.
Okay.
Don't forget it. Forget it. Instead, fuck the whole steak, healing hands, and it's just wall of fire.
Just
That's
take
what
me
they've
now.
got.
I got you with a
take me down.
fireball, buddy. Let's go.
All right, so
How
let's
big
say-
is the room? I didn't ask that. I said I cast fireball.
All right, so let me get everything back again. Hold on.
Sorry, Tower went out. There's a
I
big
kind of
storm
like this.
here.
This is kind of how it should
Oh,
be.
was
Yeah?
I bet the
I don't like
sound
this.
went down.
No.
So everyone has advantage, and we've all gained 6 levels.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
No, because Eli was the
I
temporary
was the
Yeah,
DM.
DM
was
while
the-
you were
he was
gone.
the DM.
Yeah.
I had to
Save
do
the
something.
You can't say no to the guest, Chuck.
You know what? Fine. How about this? How about you know what? Everybody level up 6 levels. Let's go. Let's fucking party, okay?
It's a
Guys wanna
fucking
do
party.
this? Go. Give me 10 minutes. I'll make a map. I'll murder you all then. Too.
Wait, so I actually have a 14th level Herald already because I used him in a different campaign.
Oh
How dare
wow,
you.
double dipping. Okay.
So,
In my home game. Calm down.
So-
you're doing a strength check at advantage with bless.
As a villain.
No, I just cast bless on myself. But so here's the thing: I have healing hands and I have life transference.
Okay.
Now healing
Life
hands
transference is literal necrotic energy healing.
at the expense of my own life force, which I think is
Right.
fitting. Healing, I'm going to do both. Healing hands is not, and it's an action. So
Let Harold
I
do the
thought-
life transference so
yeah.
you can heal me later.
I mean,
Well,
I can
remember,
get, I can get
Veda
life
has healing hands
transference
as well.
I do. Yeah, I have essentially the same thing.
back. All right, so as we're all prepared. All right, strength check.
At advantage.
Add
plus your
advantage.
bless.
Thank you.
Plus a d4.
Fuck this up.
I don't know. What
I was
that
like, that's
was.
not a d20.
I know. I don't know why I did that.
Oh, that was mine.
That was Veda's hand.
That was mine.
Right, the first one's a 10, so that's not great. A 17,
much
much
better.
better. 19 plus my bless. Oh,
Naturally.
Yeah.
Okay. So, give me the order of operations. You're yanking as somebody else comes in with the healing hands, and then
Yeah,
Life
so
transfer?
prepared actions.
Life transference is going to be 22 points of damage to me
Okay.
at base level, and 48 points of necrotic healing to Beta's mum.
Mine is
Give
just
me
a natural plus, just a natural 3. So
right. Justin, give me a dex check.
Just a check.
Just a check.
That's not horrible.
A whole
15.
lot of hands going in the hole at once.
Mm-hmm. Beta, you're going into, yeah?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Make a dex check for me as well, please.
Sure.
I would have blessed all of us.
Right.
Oh, well then, hold on.
Wait, that's
15
not a
plus-
saving throw, is it? It's a dex.
It's just
is
a
it the
check.
Same thing.
Just at
No.
least the people involved, and I guess.
So you would have
Yep.
a plus, so -3, so 15.
Yeah.
17.
They call it a dumb waiter because like somebody puts it in the bottom and then you wheel it up so like a servant doesn't have to come up. It's fucking weird. Why can't you just go down and make yourself a sandwich?
I mean, I can fit.
I
in
worked
it,
with
so
a
I
lot
would
of dumb
just
waiters
ride
in my time.
it.
Yeah, like you just like ride it up and
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I just go pick it up and bring it back. Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are they all doing?
As you turn to
Oh,
look, you
yeah.
watch as Wilhelm just steam coming off of his hand as it begins to melt. Pip standing there just holding this lantern over the top of Aurora Bennett's body as Harold is like immediately just and goes to shove this down into this hole that is now shattered across this decaying body's chest. Veda, you go in and reach your hand in very rapidly, and you guys
Punch your
watch
mom in the face.
as soon as that stake comes out, you watch as the portion of ice that had melted, that had shattered around that space, immediately begins to turn to ash rapidly before that energy suddenly just and like immediately begins to regenerate as the ash reconstitutes itself all the way down underneath the ice as you see that first soft breath on the ice around her face fog up the ice around it.
It's
Mama?
a nice bonding moment as we all join hands inside of Veda's mother.
It's weird.
So
We're
sorry
deep
if
in
I
my
just
mom
peeked my
right now.
mic.
We're all deep in my mom.
Oh, God.
Just several inches inside of her chest cavity, holding hands.
We love MILF, son. -2 charisma.
And this is why they do the magic shit and like, you know, I do the stuff over here.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
That-
get the dumbwaiter up and it's empty.
All right.
Any signs
Should
of
I go?
blood or
Uh,
scratches on the
not yet,
inside? A
'cause-
leftover sandwich?
No.
If they just did the thing, then maybe she can actually tell us what the fuck happened.
What if I just
yeah.
wanted to? For
Well, if
fun?
you want to go check, yeah, go on down.
I'm supposed to watch you. I'm gonna wait.
All right.
We know them for 30 minutes. I need you to chill, Mac.
No. Because if something gets fucked up, we can blame it on him.
Hey,
Ada,
What?
you said you were going to do something?
Yeah, I think Veda just has her hands on either side of her mother's face, and it's just like
It's just like this layer of ice that is slowly starting to like the fog from that initial breath out is beginning to clear, and you can see her like quietly, eyes closed, and then the sunlight hits, and you can see it beginning to fog back over again.
the lights, the cut.
We never close the curtains! We never close the curtains! Shit! Pip is like gonna
That's
throw
fireball,
himself
no?
in the curtains. Like, immediately, like, set down the lantern and just jump, fling his body at the curtains, try to crack the ice.
there's a dull ding as he hits for a second. What are you doing to try and dethaw it? Like, what are you like? It's
No.
fabric that's frozen.
I am throwing 30 pounds of my body at full force to try to crack these curtains to where they can at least close.
Hey, you're gonna take.
I will take whatever damage.
I will just take my jacket
cast
off
catapult
and,
on
and try
himself.
to cover it the best I can. Just a window.
Yeah, I don't know if it's indirect sunlight or direct sunlight. I don't remember.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as there's a of ice overhead as it comes like pouring down over the top of you as you begin kind of going to cover her up.
It really hurt. Please help with curtains.
And you're like hanging from the only portion that is now like no ice on it.
I'll do it again. I'll drop down, hit the
Light
next
of
one.
fire.
I'm helping.
I take off my hat and I'm like, Pip, move.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Goring rush. I am going to just go into the ice, wall
Through the
side,
window.
not window,
Okay.
and just headbutt the fucking wall.
Can't roll damage.
Okay. Let's see. So I get melee attack with them or whatever, hammering horns. Blah 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 blah. It does. Oh, it's unarmed strike, which is 1 point of bludgeoning damage. But the wall, I guess, has to succeed on a strength saving throw or get pushed effectively. So yeah.
How about you just make an athletics check with advantage?
Okay, that works. That's way easier.
Her bed, is this like traditional gothic horror? Is she in a coffin?
No,
No, they have normal beds.
Okay.
It is a 4-poster.
I was gonna put the lid
large
on.
bed.
I was gonna try to help her out.
I was gonna put the lid on. Said I was gonna put the lid on.
You want her out of the fucking sunlight, don't you?
Let me just pop
My
it
God.
into there.
I'm assuming it's
that'll-
a natural 20, huh?
It is I rolled it with advantage right next to my grapes. It is an 11 and a nat 20 for a 24.
Okay, with a 24, as you like drop the hat to the side, you get into that natural instinct and you kind of go down as the horns catch that light for a moment that's coming in, as there's a lightning just strikes across the glass as you go rushing forward. There's this and you hear this as it just begins to spider across the wall, and the entire curtain just covers what little bit of light there was peeking out over the top.
Brush everything off.
Jab Mac. Ah, God.
Yeah, no one remembered the whole, vampire sunlight thing. That was a little embarrassing. Is she alive?
It was really fast, It was a
Yeah, I
thing
immediately
of
checked on
time.
Aurora.
Her body is starting to constitute itself underneath the ice.
I call out for my father.
Okay, I have a crowbar. You guys need to help get the ice off.
I think it is better to nature work its course here.
Slowly, yes.
Maybe sort of holding it together, yeah? I will,
Okay.
Like a cast.
yeah.
Y'all would know best. I'm just gonna take a rest.
I'm just going to take my jacket off. I had already had it off to try to block the sun, but I'm just going to put it over her, where the ice bits are, not her face, but it covers that part.
Can she move? Can she move her mouth yet? Can she?
She's still covered ice
Okay.
everywhere except for where that stake was,
Okay.
and where you guys shattered it here.
That's why I offered the crowbar, was to kind of chip the ice off. But
Don't know.
Harold's been like a little bit struck and not paying attention. So as he realizes it's starting to heal around him, he was like, "Oh shit!" Pulls his hand out.
As you go to holler for your dad out the door, he looks up and just like meets your gaze. And he kind of like hands a glass of wine back to Esther as he begins just like rushing his way up the stairs. You don't see your dad run very often, but he is now.
She's alive.
As he gets up to you and you say this to him, he looks over and sees you all starting to like cover the light sources. He leans over the banister and just goes, "Medic! Medic!" And immediately, like 3 or 4 people just immediately start picking up like a couple of carrying thing, like a stretcher and like bags and whatnot. Like I imagine you're probably there to be helpful, but at the same time, there is
My dad
EMS
doesn't even
here.
recognize that I'm a nurse.
No, it's he
No, I'm
just
just kidding.
I'm
And he
rushing
just-
to the safe to the blood that is in there
Lord.
and starting to unload it. Like, Veda, here, this is the whole thing.
The
One
blood's
blood,
frozen,
one
right?
money pocket,
Yeah.
blood pocket.
Uh-huh.
Copper's gonna like try to be helpful and just like hold a blood bag to his chest and just try and like warm it up with his body heat because he doesn't know what to do.
Make a Constitution check.
So
Okay.
cute.
Heart of gold.
Precious. Precious.
That's a 12.
Okay, noted. As you guys, like they start coming up the stairs with this equipment, and you guys all kind of gather around. Theodore goes over and just like cups the face. Do you have anything that we can get her face open, please? Anything? And he like looks over at you, Copper. Looks really confused for a minute. Goes to Harold and he goes, Johnson, do you have anything?
I have a crowbar. I got knives. I got whatever you
Crowbar
need.
will crush her face. What do you? No.
You gotta be gentle with it. It's not easy.
It's a huge.
I am holding on to a bit of fire, but I think that might be a bit dangerous at the moment.
I have a hammer too.
He
The
takes the
knife?
hammer and just and he takes the hammer and then
Oh
he
my
takes
God.
the knife and he starts to across the face.
Be careful. Be careful.
Mom's getting a stick and poke tattoo.
Jesus.
A steak and poke tattoo.
Oh,
as
Lord.
it begins to go away, he gets a
Nah, I
portion of
haven't.
it off, and like a part of it chips off as he sticks a finger down around where the nose is and just and tries to pull it off, and he grabs the knife again and like just he's in frantic do what he can mode at the moment before the medics come up and like kind of usher you all away. You can see this this tabaxi that's kind of got like a cheetah coat. Put a hand on his shoulder and just say, we'll take it from here, sir. You
Yeah,
just-
I'm giving them the full rundown, like medically, of everything we've done.
Okay. He
Harold
looks
is
at
gonna
the
take a fucking seat.
he looks at the tabaxi for a second. Just kind of backs off. Thank you. What can I do for you all? You deserve something. Anything.
All in a day's work.
Pip's just holding his shoulder.
Happy to help.
That was for you, Harold.
Sir, I'm just here for a friend.
Copper, that bag's not thawing out fast enough.
Eddie, she was at the casino. Do you know why she would be attacked?
No,
Does your family have any enemies? Something to do with the hospitals? Like,
What vampire doesn't?
Val.
Copper's like squeezing the bag around like a sauce packet for a frozen dinner.
Like one of those things with the holes and like the little squeegee things.
Like
that
under,
one
his under his
Trying
armpit,
not to be too
moving it to the
conspicuous.
other armpit. Yeah.
Slime.
I think in this moment, probably just best that you are together. We can ask your mother what she saw when she's awake.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a while to get her out from underneath the ice. So
I mean, I could do it.
Is the
Protection
ice
from energy.
magical?
yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
we
the
never
detect
even ran
magic
detect
goes off.
magic.
there you
Can
go.
I
forgot to
dispel
detect.
the? Yeah, I'll dispel magic on the ice.
Okay, as you cast a spell magic on the ice, the entire room immediately gets damp. As the ice around this space begins to just kind of melt rapidly. There she
I
is.
assumed I was going to have to roll, so I did. I rolled well.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
She is
I could have done a level 11 spell there. There we go.
she is non-responsive. almost as if there is still a stake in her. And it's odd. However, there are 4 people in the room who would recognize this state of being. Immortal beings in Kasmar, whenever they are being apprehended by the police, have what little bit of soul they have taken from them and put into a holding place in downtown's police department. This is very, very similar to what happens whenever you do that to someone that is immortal in this space.
The 4 people. The 4 people.
Wilhelm, Pip, Harold, Mac, because you guys all work closely with the authorities.
Would Harold see this as like, because he knows how powerful of a spellcaster this took to begin with? Is this magic jar?
It is magic jar. It is a so it's not necessarily a caster that did it.
It's their guns.
In certain certain members of the police force will have a literal jar gun for these specific situations whenever they're getting called out. It usually takes a good 5 to 30 minutes, depending on where they're located, to get to the scene with these weapons. But yeah. So.
And
Back to square one.
have these I'm actually going to call on my background here of City Watch Investigator.
Mm-hmm.
Have these jar guns ever every once in a while been lost outside the force? One misplaced? Have they fallen into like unsavory hands before?
With your time on the force, as short as it was, you never heard any stories about it. In recent years, they are kept locked away. No teleportation into the vault that they hold them in. No teleportation out. Sealed with multiple magic locks. It would take mugging the right person at the right time to get one of these, or just getting one off of someone who has one. That said, there's only one per department in each district.
Well, that's a simple way to find that out. Okay. I'm going to kind of just glance at Harold and Wilhelm real quick. Put my hat back on, step outside to the other Mac. Is he still there?
No, he's long gone.
Fuck. Need a cop.
You're gonna get a cop?
I'm gonna get a cop.
Okay. There's a half orc standing there in uniform. Good. Outside the room. You can see the collar still there, blinking softly.
Hey bud, officer. Who's the gunner for this district, and can he come on down here?
Why do you ask?
Because the victim up there is showing signs of imprisonment, if you get my drift.
One moment. And he pulls out a string of sending stones, pings one off. Check the jar gun, will you? He pings off another one. Any word? He looks back at you. Hasn't been touched.
All right, so it's from somebody in another district, or somebody's got that tech. This is going to be fun. Mind if you send out a little message to General saying that make sure every district checks their jar guns?
Yep.
See if they've been lost and or fired recently?
Of course. He pings it off again and complies.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it. Oh,
I
this is
would
going
have
to suck.
followed Mac out
Okay.
and overheard this.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like kind of tug out his shirt a little bit from behind him. You need to find something?
Yeah. So, if someone's being really rowdy and say they can't really be controlled or trusted, so cops call in one of their gunners and they basically trap person's soul, to be completely honest. That's what's going on with her.
fucked up.
Oh yeah.
But okay.
But there's only one of these guns in like every precinct and district. And the
All
one
right.
from this district hasn't been used. So we got to find out who's got this gun, where they are and where they got it. And if it's a cop, then we've got some holy reckoning to happen.
I mean, I can help if you can tell me what it looks like.
Yeah, sure.
Is it just a gun?
Yeah,
or-
I described the entire
So
firearm.
These ray guns, these jar guns, are rifles that have a large tube, actually that goes kind of along the stock. They have like an almost flat barrel where the spell itself kind of fires out. It's about, I'd say, 6 inches wide, very thin along the barrel, almost like you're shooting like a large staple out of it. That said, they are usually fairly quiet. So there's that. But you get a proper description from them. Make a history check for me, Copper.
Sure. Oh, 4. There it is.
Fantastic. I mean, it's the first time you've ever heard of a thing like this before.
Yeah.
But that was for something entirely different. With a 4, there are groups that have done similar things to people like her outside of the police.
Mhm.
Damn it.
So hearing all of this, sorry, I just reread the spell and I need to see it to
The
use
item?
the spells. Yeah,
Object?
yeah. So
Okay.
I'll kind of be a little confused and I'll look up at Mac and say, you said that other gunner's coming here, right?
No, he hasn't been requested.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
I think it might help if I could see what one looks like.
You know what? All right. Cops and I don't really get along, but this is gonna be really fucking funny. Watch this. I go back over to the half orc, and I'm like, "Hey, this is our new investigator, and they're actually a technician, and we need to figure out if someone is making these. Can you actually call your gunner with the case down so they can at least just get a good look at?
Nope.
No, come on, man. No, like for real, you really need to do this.
I
Don't
understand
make
that it would
me
be good
talk
for
to
you,
your
but
commander.
you can call them by all means.
Then tap the thing and I'll talk to him.
No.
Well, it's bad that the Miss Bennett is suffering like that. Her soul trapped in who knows where. And
it is people like be Miss Bennett and and some of the dragons. Maybe that's why it's so difficult to get these guns out of the precinct. A lot of paperwork.
I'm glad you understand.
So you'll enjoy that part then, Wilhelm.
Right then. Well, thank you for your time, officer.
Apologize. It's protocol. Please understand. I'm not doing it to be a jerk.
Yeah, no, I get it. But like every once in a while, it's good to kind of bend the rules a bit in order to help the greater good. But I understand that. It's kind of one of the reasons why I left the force. So,
Veda, are you okay?
I didn't think we'd be able to do that.
Neither did I. If I'm being honest.
I wish we had any clue who could have done it. I'm assuming their conversation is fairly loud out in like the doorway, and Veda will walk over and just. I understand you all have protocol, but well, first of all, you have a strange mole on your neck. You might want to get that checked out. It's a bit concerning to me. But I understand my family would be very appreciative. After our last donation to the police force last year, I understand that several of your retired veterans were well cared for. If there's anything in your power you could do.
Harold is like stone cold, like just looking at this because Veda never flexes that muscle.
Listen, I learned from the
Ever.
best.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
With
You're my
advantage?
sister.
Just no. I take it back. Just a straight roll because you would have had disadvantage to begin with.
Okay.
Cancel it out.
Persuasion is not my forte.
Dice speak.
Are you still
14?
blessed?
14. Oh, that's a good question. I don't, probably not by now.
Chuck says yes.
Chuck says yes?
He
Okay.
said yes and then he said no.
Oh, okay. Well, it would
He
have been a
didn't say
17.
shit, but
It's a
he's
14
shaking his
base
head in
with the
different
plus
directions.
0 modifiers. That's a pretty good roll in and of itself.
totally.
Thank you.
This is where we found out this cop can actually just cast minor illusion.
I almost thought about it. Believe me. It'll take some time, but I can get one out. It just takes a lot of work to get it down. The earliest I could get one out would be tomorrow.
Tomorrow's fine.
Where is it? I could go look at it.
It's locked away in the nearest precinct.
Well, if I went there, would that be easier?
It'd be a lot easier than taking it into the field, to be sure. You would be surrounded by other techs.
Please understand that I cannot just walk in. Nobody can just walk in and get one. It has to be taken out by the commander at the post.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier for the commander to take it out at the post. For our
It doesn't have to leave the
technician.
building. I won't even touch it. I just gotta
can't-
look.
Please, again, I understand your situation is incredibly,
Tenuous at best.
yes, but I can only do so much. The best I can do is take you down there and say good luck. Or you can wait until tomorrow and 100% be able to see it.
Tomorrow's very generous, officer. It's very generous.
It actually is.
And that's
Well, I mean,
handling a few things.
to be fair, we're not going to necessarily find who it is tonight because how long has this entire thing been? When was she found?
She was found a little over 2 hours ago.
Yeah, so whoever has this long gone.
We don't know that it was a artifact like that gun that did this.
Yeah, no,
It
but
was- Even if there's a slight variation that throw off the. I mean, I don't presume to know. I guess Papa's capability. I am aware of the arcane means to locate objects. What I don't know is how to locate a specific soul. Be infinitely more useful.
Is there a way to do your magic thing to like find stuff to find somebody?
Have any? It's beyond me.
I look over at Harold and say, what about Ahura?
You're muted, Justin.
I shouldn't be.
Oh, you're not now.
Maybe I was
It
just
looked like you
quiet.
were talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you recall the last time I tried to have a conversation with her. It did not necessarily go well. Perhaps if we can see something, perhaps we can look in with Bruce and see if my new looks down at arms has any greater connection.
Well, I mean, I would say if we're going to do that, then why not go to someone who's closer to the source?
Could see if our husband still got a connection.
Popper. So you're standing here having this conversation. Voice rings in your head. Now, boy, you better tell me when the last time you saw Vester was.
This is like in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's that cop, hey?
No.
So someone's sending.
Chuck just
you a
only
little
has so many
message.
voices. It's fine.
I'm really terrible at changing voices.
Okay.
It is.
You
My
might
guess
get
would
it from
be,
the menace.
would be Bob.
When the voice like hits Copper's like ears, so to speak, like not expecting it at all, literally jumps out of his skin. This kid has been invisible his whole life. This has never happened before. Just... Hello? Hello?
I assume we see
It's
this.
meandering.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys see this.
Hello?
You're right there, kid.
Did you get a message?
You got 3 words. Chuck.
There was a voice in my head.
Oh, all right. So
Harold puts his finger up like to shush, and then casts detect thoughts on Copper.
Okay, great, fantastic. As soon as you do, there is another message that comes in directly behind it. And you hear it. Harold. Answer the question.
Harold will be like, I mean, answer whatever they ask you, answer it. You don't have to be truthful if you don't want.
you only have a limited number of words to say.
Oh, it's magic.
I saw him go through a wall.
Who's he talking to?
I don't like that answer.
There's another moment before it kind of, you can hear the groan up front just, where did you see Vester last?
Harold will describe, because Justin doesn't remember, but Harold will describe the brick wall, the area where the brick wall was that he went into on purpose, like into their headquarters, like kind of thing, into their secret passages, and tell Copper to describe that.
So
like very much Cyrano de Bergerac-ing this whole situation.
Sure.
I'll reiterate exactly what is told to me.
Okay. The next one. I've already sent some of my boys down to your little hole. If you want your things, you need to come say hi.
Okay. I think he's gone.
I let it go through the duration to see if there's anything else that comes in.
Nope, that's it.
He says he has my things. I don't have many things. I gotta, like...
Who is this guy?
I'm gonna hold on. We need to talk very privately real quick. Okay, just Veda, where's this private room real quick?
Yeah, we can go to mine.
Okay, Copper, we're gonna have to borrow you for like 5 minutes.
Okay. Sure.
I'll be right with you. I'm gonna go check up on stuff upstairs, see how that's going. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll give my dad a little, rub it on his shoulders, like it's gonna be okay. And I'll bring them up to my room.
So describe your room, Veda.
My Little Pony everywhere.
And I did not think
Just
about
My
this,
Little
and
Pony.
It's just My Little Ponies everywhere. Just a wall. So the house is extremely opulent, like to the extreme, like Donald Trump, but if he had taste. But her room in comparison is very toned down, very feminine still. Like she's got like a little 4-poster bed, but it's like made of metal and it's got like those swoopy white things that hang down. I don't fucking know. This is my fantasy room when I was 12.
Go for it.
Yeah, hit it.
Little fairy
For it.
lights everywhere. Very cute. A large bookshelf along one wall. And the biggest thing, she lives essentially up in the attic, like the attic room. And there's a big window that opens out, like a little nook, so she could sit and read and like look outside. Yeah, this is fine. Just like quickly walking like sideways to the bed and like sweeping like her diary into a drawer and like grabbing like a stuffed animal that's like on the bed that's very worn and raggedy and just hiding it under a pillow. Like, okay, this is fine. You can come in now.
Oh, wow.
Wilhelm gets detect magic for. Oh no, it's 10 minutes. Never mind. I thought it was like an hour.
There's probably nothing magical in her room, honestly. Like it's.
I was gonna see if he would maybe look around for maybe an orb of floating magic spying.
Oh, spy. Oh, yeah. hidden camera.
Yeah, like a scrying orb kind of thing.
Mhm.
Don't give Chuck's ideas. Come on now.
I mean, there are likely records posted outside, but for the most part.
I mean
Okay.
it. Like I don't have.
Wait,
Like I have.
Quick question.
Yeah.
You came out of a wall. Who did you see go into the wall?
No, I went into the wall. I followed you
Right.
into the wall.
Right, but the voice in your head, who were they asking about that went through the wall?
The guy you had.
Okay, very
Oh.
cool. Very cool.
Are you working?
You
are you working
know
with the
that
guys?
You were inside the wall very briefly.
Uh-huh.
Was when you went through the wall, was it like a surprise on the inside?
Like
Let me
like you
put it
like
have
the
you
darker the office.
the office. Have you gone through orientation?
What?
So you didn't get your tattoo.
Pit.
You have your line of work requires a tattoo? That's
It does indeed.
a little
Oh,
bit
Alan, what have you
weird that
done?
they would brand you.
They work.
Hey,
He works for the Goliaths.
so yeah.
I
how
don't
do-
work for
how-
anybody. I just take payment from anybody.
How do you
So,
know Vester?
When
Vester-
Harold puts that together, that you're talking about Vester, you see like this like otherwise well-meaning blue Vidalkin, just stone cold face looking at you, like eyes narrow, not
just-
pleased.
He just needed me to find somebody. He paid me for a quick job yesterday. That's it. I just followed someone through a crowd.
You were
Cool.
paid to find Vesper?
No, Vester paid me to find
What did do you know the person's name or what they look like?
the person I was looking for.
Yeah.
They had a shifting appearance.
Okay. Really fun news. How much stuff do you have?
Insight check.
What kind of stuff do you have? Is it replaceable?
Look at me.
I know that look well. It's okay. Okay, guys, it's happening today. No prep time. Let's go.
So, let's get to another question, my friends. Yeah. So, where will you be going?
Back to where I followed you to. To the hole in the wall.
You would different hole in the wall. You would know where their actual hook hideout is, because you know not to go past the beggar.
Through. There's a hideout.
Yeah. Bob, yes.
Eddie.
Hey, Copper. I need you to look at me right now. Okay, I'm gonna need you to look at me.
Uh-huh.
Focus.
Okay.
I know where you've been for the past several years. Not physically, like headspace wise. Okay?
Okay.
Out of all your stuff, how much of it means the world to you? Because when I was like you, I carried everything important to me in my pockets.
Well,
And the only permanent thing I had, I lost. Now, what means the world to you? That is
Morgan, my
where
cat.
Okay. Actually, guys, we gotta ship a cat. God damn it.
Well, we are. Here's the thing, Kappa. These people down there are bad news. I'm sure you're aware of this. We
Yeah.
have been discussing the best way to deal with it. Because we not only have questions for them, but also, it doesn't sound like they are the most forthcoming. So we will have to procure. We have other
We
means.
have a bit of deliverance for them as well.
Well, maybe you could send me in, and then
And in
I could help if you'll help me make sure Morwen's okay.
Copper, I was in your head when those messages came through.
Yeah.
If you go in there alone, you will come out in a bag.
I mean,
No,
well, only if
Technically,
they
probably
lie. We could.
They already have.
We could. Well, if we send them in, and they tell the truth, and they sell out the fake wall, don't mention us, don't get caught lying, then we could prepare for like 1 day, maybe. Or we go in like nowish, which is not ideal because my shoulder's still dislocated and this is not fun. So what do you think?
Do we know if he can tell people? Why don't we bring him back through and back again to make sure that he can't tell anyone?
I'm not going to sacrifice this child just to try to get this information that we can go in and get ourselves.
I agree.
I can hold my own, guys. Like I
Really
don't
good
look
at-
like much.
Are you really good at lying?
I'm all right.
So my question:
Insight check.
Have you met the angry voice that was in your head? Have you met that person?
No.
We've been told you really don't want to.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I mean, sort of.
I
Like,
quite do.
not like alone.
Willem? No way.
Just like fire, just like like you ever lit lint on your clothing on fire before, and just like
No.
yeah,
What?
just like sparks up his clothes for a second.
Yeah, Harold's
And now he's
starting to
clean.
crackle with lightning.
Just the two of them. Yeah, Harold's just like electrifying the air. And two menacing figures.
Have you ever lit yourself on fire?
A couple of cops are like, everything okay over there? Mac, you said you're stepping away for a moment.
Heading back upstairs, seeing how, they're taking care of Veda's mom if she's not being taken off. Is she being removed from the premises?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, just like double checking the room, seeing what they're up, and then like exploring a little just to see like where whoever the assailant was, and then find a nice quiet place away from everybody.
Okay. You find a like a small lounge room off to the side that has a sweeping bookcase full of books that kind of like curves around a corner. There's a lounge chair here. There's a nice other set of chairs near a fireplace.
I pull out the rune stone and I scribe the vapor's head.
Okay.
Hey, y'all might have a problem. Could you please have her call me back? Because someone may be trying to frame you.
Yeah, sure thing, Mac. We'll take it care of. We'll get it taken care of.
How long are you gonna wait?
Little while. See if there's a sending pad in the lounge, or maybe grab a quick drink of whiskey if there is one.
Sure. There's probably a small like silver bar off to the side that you kind of like in the middle of pouring the glass whenever the voice comes through and just says,
You were wanting to speak with me?
Yes, ma'am. One, Pip is doing excellent. Two,
Fantastic.
I checked on that investigation you wanted me to do, and apparently the ma'am was attempted to be killed, and the entire room was full of ice. And I think
Indeed.
someone's trying to frame y'all for something.
Oh, there's no framing involved, dear.
Oh, it was you. Okay, no, that makes sense then.
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't leave.
Well, you sent someone to do it. All right.
I spoke with a kind gentleman soon after you all left.
Hmm.
It was very warm.
Well,
Didn't
there's a problem. Apparently, he didn't do his job well enough because Mrs. Bennett is still alive but not functional.
Oh, good. So the message got put across.
Oh, you were intending for her to be jarred. All right then.
Well, I didn't intend for her to be jarred, though. I'm sure it'll be fine.
So, now that the investigation's pretty much over, I'm off the hook.
By no means. I have no information.
Well, your guy could have just gotten that
No.
instead of staking her
couldn't
and
have.
freezing her and shit.
He really
no
could
offense,
not have.
man.
You know your friend that had a hard time with my tea?
Yes.
He was very similar, though much less.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Was this fucker?
Is there a way that he can be tracked back to you?
No.
Okay, then that's good. So there's someone that is responsible. You got a name?
He called himself Ragani.
Got it.
Never fucking wrong. Never.
Understood. And all right. Well,
Hey, I said it too, but I fully was with Jason that couldn't have been after he talked about it.
well, I'm gonna make sure that it can't be traced back to you, and still look into the disappearances at the hospitals. But just so you know, she is alive, but she's been jarred.
Interesting that she's been jarred.
Yeah.
I told him to leave her alive.
Oh, she was definitely not going to be alive. No, she was staked and burned and frozen.
Well, I won't be hiring him again, will I?
No, I recommend you don't. They're probably wondering where I am, so I'm gonna have to come up with something. I just wanted to let you know what was going on.
Before you go, Mac dear,
Mm,
do you listen to the radio?
I do. I would like not to listen to the radio on occasion, if you get my meaning.
I do. Though I should be honest with you, son. His voice sounded awfully similar.
Yeah, I know. Wait. The announcer sounded similar to the guy you hired?
There's no response.
Son of a bitch. And he was fucking here. I'm taking the bottle with me and starting to look around where everybody is.
Hey,
How do you
everybody else.
finagle that into a conversation, Mac?
Oh, you're fucked. You can't tell anybody that, because then it's just like.
Oh,
How'd
no.
you know that?
I got away.
Harold,
Oh my
something that
God.
is confusing to me, Harold, is, you know, I mean, obviously mages are hired. It's similar to your house is warded. I mean, the house would have wards, yeah? Veda?
I would assume so.
I don't know actually. Do I know? Would I know that?
Yeah, no, there are absolutely supposed to be wards in place. Things that have certain clauses, like if there is violence induced that is not of the family, which is typical because sometimes family get into fights, especially amongst young adolescent Dampiers. They've been worded specifically to do that. None of the wards have gone off.
I'm going to bring up my detect magic again and see if I can within. That's what I'm going to be focusing on when
All
Mac.
the wards are still there. Every single one of them.
Yeah, but can I see them to see, like, specifically, like, is there... something that's missing, like something like we would know that could
Are they
easily
not tracking
come through.
celestials
Right.
or some shit?
Right.
Let me check something real quick.
It's like magic circle kind of thing, like
no,
where
they'd be
celestials aren't
specific.
included. It's
They'd
just
be specific to celestials.
I know with vampires, you have to be invited into the house. So all of like
But it's not
our
the other
family
way around.
vampires, yeah.
Harold will be like trying to see if Adelaide knows of like a room with no windows in the house that she can be moved to, just in case. Or is she going to like hospital or something? I don't.
Oh, you mean my mother?
Like your mom? Yeah.
Oh, she'd probably go to the hospital. I don't think
So,
Veda would try and keep her here.
based off of your investigation skills and just kind of like you using detect magic, with the knowledge of Glyph of Warding in general, there is a certain radius that they can pop off. That said, the spells that are within, while abjuration based, have been pre-coded to have something more divination involved. You all who have been to the Shaded Lilies with a tattoo have access to a certain non-detection spell. So as long as you have the ability to get past those glyphs via non-detection, with it being somewhat coded differently, because all of these glyphs are... Okay, let me take it back a minute. ADHD went a little wild for a second there. Sorry. The glyphs in particular are scanning everybody but Aurora, essentially. That is the divination that kind of like goes past it, right? So the encoding of the abjuration spell is going through a line of divination to change the code of each individual glyph to ignore her. If she decides to get violent, they won't go off. If somebody else other than her decides to get violent, that isn't her family, they won't go off. Now then, due to the tampering of the glyphs in this particular house, non-detection would slip past it.
But I would tell your father to get a refund on whatever mage did this for him. Because sloppy. Honestly, Harold would do a better job.
They have done, actually.
Yes.
I think they must be very old, actually, so that makes a lot of sense.
Between them being old and the fact that it was probably your mother doing it,
Mm-hmm. Right.
it kind of tracks for her character.
Oh, now I'm embarrassed.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, there are a myriad of ways you could get around them. So I have not. It's you know, back where we started. So this Mac, it's like just a couple hours after 12. I guess it's not a surprise, but no, I mean, show a little respect.
Was him carrying the bottle?
Yeah,
Oh.
just him walking in with a full bottle
It's a
of
bottle
whiskey.
of like $300 scotch just slinging around.
I just look and I close the door behind me and I walk right up to Wilhelm.
Mac, okay, I gotta fill you in. Okay.
Oh no, I gotta fill y'all in. And you and I have a fucking problem right now.
Okay, that's not good. We have two problems.
Got
then.
worse.
Oh no, we got a bigger one. Hey, Wilhelm, does the name Regani mean anything to you?
That means quite a bit, yeah, Mac.
Oh, yeah, I know it does. So I decided to make a call to our, new grandma, let her know that looked like somebody was framing her for this attack.
What?
No, I called the Vapor. I
So
thought
you-
it would be. No, yeah, I did.
So you
'Cause
picked up
I
a
thought-
rune and just called the crystal vapor.
Well, no, I called her little kobold buddy. Because I was thinking it would be good to get in good with Big Scary Dragon because we're walking around with her grandson.
Insight check.
Go for it. I'm technically not lying.
You're omitting.
I'm omitting.
Omitting quite a bit.
It's an 18.
That's an 18 for me as well.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Yes, please. Sure do.
Okay, I will. This is going to be interesting. I rolled a 17. Plus 2.
Oh, man.
That would be 19.
Mm.
That was really fucking close.
That was really close. All right, continue.
Oh boy.
I will give you this. Sounds odd.
Sure.
We didn't know anything about him having
Any connection.
kind
He
of-
didn't mention anything about this plan. That's what I mean. He's just.
Yeah.
I know Mac well enough to know when Mac's not a liar, but he is an omitter.
Yep.
So, scuttlebutt is. Check this out. Somebody named Regani did this hit.
I
According
think Veda
to.
How
breaks the
could we
glass.
possibly know that?
She
Because
breaks a
that's what-
glass on her table?
Yeah, like she's holding, like she's got a little carafe of water,
Oh,
and
no.
it just fractures in her hand.
That ain't the best part. Best part is that the voice of this Regani character sounds an awful like the fucking halfling reporter on the radio. So I don't know if there's like weird tales being told, of the, little underground shit that's going on, but your name plus that guy's voice equals what the fuck.
Why? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Why would. Number one, why would he go and tell the Crystal Vapors that he was going to come and kill Veda's mother?
No. It's scuttlebutt what's going on, because I said, Veda's mom's dead. They're saying there was word of a hit going out by a guy named Regani, and people are saying that he sounds like the guy on the radio. That's why I came in here and I'm looking all fucking confused, because 1, we've talked to that guy. He was at the train crash. 2, he was standing the fuck outside of here. And 3, that's a name that's super familiar. So what does he have? Again, I can kind of figure that part out. Like, what the fuck? Is your buddy like in more than one person's thing?
Mac, I don't know that you understand my particular relationship with this entity.
No.
Right? And to call him my buddy is going a little further than I would like to give it credit for. This is not just a guy you bump into on the street who carries a big fiery sword. This is a solar. You understand?
Well, not really, but I understand that it's some higher power that you pray to or get imbued by or whatever the fuck that happens. But like, you are obviously not the only one that is doing that.
No, I mean, you're implying that this entity, that is the sword of righteousness for Lathander, is also on the side a contract killer, also on the side a news radio anchor. Oh, and by the way, I had never seen him once in the last 10 years set foot off the couch.
Then I don't know. But that is what the word is. He has a voice like the dude on the radio, and the hit was done against Veda's mom by a guy named Regani.
How would the Vapor know all of this?
Because she's a fucking dragon connected in the casino to everything else that's going on.
You're not.
How do you
telling me
think she
something.
knew to get
I
the
don't know
fucking
what,
chip and all
but I
that?
know it's there. Alright?
So, okay, look, so here's the thing. All of this, well and good. I don't know why you're talking to the big scary dragon lady, but we're on the clock now, okay?
Wow,
We
what the
have
fuck's
to-
going on here?
So, okay, Copper here is not a member of our little happy parade, and has no tattoo. Copper found us today. Copper met Alan today. Copper knows the guy in the cell that we put there. And now Copper has been requested to come back immediately or everything they own and love is gone forever.
I have a cat.
Yep. So we have to go save a cat, okay? So we can figure out the dragon later. We can figure out all of that later. But you know the whole save the person that's hanging by the hooks, and now a cat. We kind of have to accelerate those plans.
So you followed us in there, and then Bird Brain Jackass immediately put you on our tail?
He's literally the
Yeah,
fucking worst.
when I told you that I met
Bruce will be
Alan
hearing of
15
this.
minutes ago, I meant exactly 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy shit. Well, that's a good thing, because Alan's going to get fired now.
Oh no, what
Maybe.
they'll do
So-
is they'll
Mean
wipe
fried.
his memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's important that we go and help.
Oh, no, 100%. Copper's not going to be able to see the fucking gun. Now, what the fuck? So you
Well, the
work
gun's
for this
tomorrow,
barb fucking
right?
fish hook dude?
He doesn't work for
No,
anyone.
no, they just needed a guy. They
Right.
needed a finder.
But now they can't find the person the finder was with, and they're upset.
Got
So,
it.
may I ask you a legitimate question?
Me? Have
Yeah,
the questions not been legitimate?
Well, I mean, I know you asked this question, and you gave an answer that Harold had sort of put together for you. But going backwards in time, where you saw us grab Vesta, were you meeting him there?
No, I just was walking by and
Where was the last place the two of you were together?
down at there's this bar I go into thing group. What was the name?
Gangers?
Gangers. Yesterday.
You were looking for someone at Gangers.
No, we just wound up there while I was tailing somebody.
Oh, this has all gone to hell.
Yeah, he helped Copper here helped find Renee. So we have to go now.
Right.
Whatever
Okay.
prep we were gonna do, out the window. And, I mean, unless we can get it like on the way, we have a clock then.
Well, we can't do anything about this fucking radio angel fucking hitman guy right now.
Right. The good news is we saved Rita's mom from the immediate danger. Although I'm sure that's gonna upset Granny. But whatever.
If this works out and like I live till tomorrow and Morwen's okay, then, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I'll help you however you want. If you can help me with this.
Radio Angel Hitman is also the name of my new ska band.
That was my nickname. in high
That's a
school.
good name.
Doctor, with an 18, would I know enough about dragons to know about True Sight?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. I'd say yeah with an 18.
Okay. That's just for me.
Okay.
Cool. So,
As a treat.
was there anything anybody like needed on the way? Because I was thinking potions and acid, and things like that. But I don't know if we could get that now.
You need rest. At least an hour of it.
Veda,
we have
could you
time?
put my shoulder back in place, please? I didn't really want to ask, but I've been holding it for a while.
Yes, of course I can.
Thank you.
She'll jerk it back.
Well, I mean, so
Okay.
it's one
That's
or two
better.
things. Either the hit guy, we'll call him Regani the Second, either used the jar gun or is super powerful and did it himself. But I want to say, like, if he's this super
it's-
powerful angel guy, why wasn't she just incinerated?
Again, these are good questions.
You know,
Why wasn't the whole family incinerated? No offense, Veda.
maybe
Also a
it's
great
someone
question.
using his name. Maybe most of him is outside. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
But we are on a clock.
Yeah, I mean
have
anyone
to save
could
a
use
cat.
the name, and yes, we have to save a cat. Yes.
Can we walk and talk?
Right.
Regani.
Need potions. We need acid.
This is the
we need to
most
get there.
excited Pip has ever been.
No, it's not excitement. He knows where copper is coming from, and that was why he asked the question earlier. Was what can you not live without? Is it on you or is it there? Because everything else I can replace.
Must have been nice to have things.
And that's the thing is Pip understands the importance of the one thing you left to be safe.
I think
you've been trying to say something for a second.
Yeah, she's very quietly speaking. Regani took Alhorrid and put her into her crystal, and he told me he was going to take mine.
What?
I'm sorry. What?
She's not making eye contact. On the roof when he fought you.
He didn't put out Horrid's crystals. He opted to put everybody else in the crystal. But
Bled, but what did he tell you? What he threatened?
Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Because I think I put. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, running.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
no.
The
I
train
didn't write
just
down
left
his
the
quote.
station.
He said. Oh God, what did he say? He said.
Fuck your smirk, Chuck.
I didn't write down exactly what he said. He threatened me. He said something to the effect of, he put me where Alhora is, or something to that effect. I don't know why
the
he
phrase was, "You'll be joining her soon."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like it was to the effect of like the same thing is gonna happen to me. I don't know if he was looking for me, or if he thought Mrs. Bennett was Miss Bennett, or if he did it as a joke. I don't know.
again, I have to understand. This is not like a joking individual. This is not a hooligan or a thug. I'm having a very hard time getting anyone to understand this. But I don't know.
No.
I think I need some air. And Wilhelm's just gonna,
Wilhelm,
like,
we get
like
it.
look up,
but-
look down at Veda as he just like walks out and just walks out like out of the
God
house.
damn it.
It's been
But
on that
this
one
is
for a
good. We
while.
need to be going.
Yeah, does
we
anybody
should
know if
figure it out.
do these entities, can they like carve bits off them and inhabit other people? What the fuck?
Well, we know most of him is outside. Because most of him is outside causing all fire, etc.
Yeah, that whole like time, whatever, esoteric.
He apparently has been inside for a long time with Wilhelm, not doing anything as the lazy roommate. So maybe
But
he's not
he-
all here.
What I'm saying.
Hold on. Okay, out of character. I'm confused why we think he's just been sitting on the couch, because he was literally fighting us on the roof.
No, but before that, he was absolutely
He was
sitting on the couch,
just
drinking
chilling on
fucking
the
beer.
couch.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I was
It was
in the
when
group then.
Alhora started talking in people's dreams that something
Okay.
flipped.
Yeah.
Okay, because March we had that huge fight where he was invisible.
Right. Canonically, before that, Wilhelm has always been a very clean individual, and everybody thought he was an alcoholic because he brought beer home every night. Wilhelm doesn't drink; it's all his
It's all Regani.
roommate.
Okay.
Yeah.
his roommate who used to just sit on the couch and maybe said watch TV, but I guess listen to
Well,
the radio.
okay, so I have
Yeah.
a note that says that you summoned him.
I did.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't home.
Okay.
Yeah, for the first time ever, he wasn't home. So
Oh, that's right. We were on the
basically-
roof of your apartment building. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember this now. Okay.
Basically screamed and became a beacon, and Regani answered and was not happy for it.
Sorry, Eli. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
It's not that he wasn't. He wasn't happy.
It's fine.
He wasn't happy about you know, his
Wow.
me
Okay.
cavorting with vampires.
Oh, so this is a direct. Okay. Well, that just answers that. With how he's doing it, I don't fucking know.
I mean, he very easily could just have another ward that he's grabbed.
Right, yeah, I mean, without question, but that's all above table. Well, fuck. All right, we gotta wait on this fucking mystical fire assassin ice guy.
We have to go fight some trolls now. And whatever is at the door, because we couldn't get coins.
Yeah, I mean, like, where the fuck? I mean, I could
Literally,
probably
you
get a
said
couple,
it was
but
like
it'll be
certain
weird.
death. Like, come on.
I know, but I could probably get a couple, but I don't think we can get enough.
Maybe, hey, wait, Copper, were you supposed to go inside to meet them?
That was implied.
That was the implication.
Yeah.
Do you have a silver coin? Did they give you that?
No. He'll go the other way.
They don't have. He doesn't have a tattoo. No,
Right, yeah.
Well, they're expecting me, so.
Do you think they could expect all of us?
We're gonna have to fucking wing it.
I hate this. Okay, how much money do we have?
Upstairs, there's a bit more.
I have $50. 50 gold nuts.
Okay.
That's a button. That's a button, Pip.
I have 49 gold notes.
So, JD.
Because I walked off on my own, and this is what I do to Chuck every time in Strahd. Every time he storms off this character, I do something awful to him.
Return value.
Well, Tensveta deserves all the awful things you do to him.
Listen, Tensveta's great. Shut up.
Too much fuckery.
Oh, that's not good music.
Unnecessary.
Stepping out into the rain, in the commotion that has died down outside, the crowd is slowly starting to disperse. Where are you going?
I imagine that there's a gate.
Yeah. You guys
Probably
walk through the gate up front.
several hundred feet. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go at the outside to at the street.
Okay.
And just kinda, yeah.
And it is in town, so it's their door is only like a solid 150 feet. Anyway, as you go to the gate, I want to know what's going through your head.
There's a lot. I am confused about the whole situation. There's a part of me that absolutely believes Regani would come in and kill Vetus Muzza, you know. But there's also a part of me that thinks that if that were going to happen, it would be again a grander spectacle. It's not that. You know, it was always taught to believe that it wasn't a personal thing, and this all feels very personal, and scheming, and sort of underhanded, and it humanizes something that I didn't think was human in that regard, right? It's all very frustrating, and at the same time, I think Mac is lying to me. This new person is clearly bit of a mystery. Veta's mother is lying in a comatose, which is not enjoyable. Pip is very fired up about the cat.
I think we can skip the radio recap next week. Just play this back.
Yeah. So I don't. There's just a lot, right? And I'm trying to, and the problem is now that I am spending all this time focusing on these possibilities and what the heck is going on here, and what does any of this have to do with anything? That radiant energy is just fighting to explode out of me. In a house full of vampires.
Listen, there's only one vampire.
Damn
right now.
Piers, I'm so sorry. Yes, a house full of my friends. So that normal track I used to keep myself in control is just slipping, as you know.
Okay. As you stand outside of the gate near the pillar where the gate is hung. You're just kind of like sitting there, looking up,
I have
thinking, looking down.
Tristan's cigarette case out from my pocket, and I'm just like opening it and closing it, opening it and closing it.
As you turn and kind of like pace as you're opening and closing it, you turn one way. You stop and you think for a few minutes and just kind of snap it closed. And as you turn back around, there is a gnomish woman standing there and just pleated pants, nice jacket, holding a briefcase. Her hair is pulled back into a ponytail. She just looks up at you, these big hazel eyes. And the voice that comes out of her mouth is one that you've heard your entire life. Now then, where's your resolve, Wilhelm?
I resolve. How do you mean, Regani? Resolve for what? To let you walk all over these people that mean something to me for the first time in my life? That you come in and do whatever it is you're doing in secrets now?
You do understand why we're here, yes?
Understand my way? No, actually, I do not. You see, my spiritual guide, my celestial guidance, right, has watched me suffer and struggle my entire life and has done nothing to prepare me for anything.
Much for you.
So why don't you explain it?
If I were you, I would hold my tone steady.
And again, that's the tattoos are like flaring. The light is just, again, his eyes are like a bright orange at this point. So why don't you explain it to me then, as you are so good at doing so suddenly at this stage in my life?
It has been explained to you time and time again. We are here to bring light to darkness, no matter the cost.
And you watch as the eyes flare again, and then they begin to shift to an almost like opalescent green as the briefcase disappears. And the gnome just kind of stands there for a second. I'm sorry. She looks up the house. Where am I? Do I know you?
No. I just happened to notice you seemed lost. You're downtown. What's
You
the name
seem
of the
angry.
street?
Do you Would you not like a drink or something? I could find some. You look like you're having a hard time.
I am okay.
Okay.
Do you need help with something?
I'll figure
Is the
it
briefcase
out.
still there?
No, it's gone. And as she turns her head, your passive perception shows that there is a similar mark to some of the tattoos that you have going down her neck and onto her shoulders.
Miss, I'm sorry. You were just about to tell me your name. I'm Wilhelm.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Wilhelm. I am Xena.
I'll be going now. And she kind of like awkwardly starts to scoot her way away into the crowd.
Gonna like stare up at her. Look back up at the house. Light and darkness, you say, eh? Right, well, let's go save a cat.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my gosh, what an episode.
Oh man, holy
Oh
shit.
Lord.
We're in hell.
That was some big fifis.
Oh man, let's get rid of that tension for a second. Let's get rid of that music.
Well, we half saved your mom.
That's true. That sorta.
So unfortunately, Eli, we will talk about what it looks like for you to come back if you can later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what this kid can do. All right, quit your game just for the.
Is it next week?
No, it's in 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
2
We're taking
weeks?
off for the 4th.
Yep.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna see what I can do because I want to also continue this.
Yeah, we need the help. We need the help.
I don't want to.
desperately.
I don't want to say that I called it at the beginning of the episode.
But you did. You did.
Oh yeah, I knew we were never gonna fight in this episode. There's no way.
Anyway,
I've been trying
thank you guys.
I've been
You're
trying
just
for
like
like
my home game. We just talk the
Yeah.
whole night. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I have been trying since the start of this campaign to cast Fireball, and it just will not. It's just I've not had.
Just isn't happening.
Regardless, thank you guys all so much for joining us for A Sinner's Dream tonight. It was a lot of fun. It was chaotic in all the right ways, including technical difficulties. Be sure to get your elf eggs in now for those dice entries. Thank you so much, Forge and Foundry, for always taking care of us and all of our roles here at -2 Charisma. Hopefully, maybe we'll go fight trolls next time. But yeah, I don't know. Dice Envy. I'm at a loss right now.
Spend your elf eggs.
Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah.
I think we have until I'm guessing Thursday for Plastic Cougar is that's the 30th. So we'll probably give them away on that stream, our Scum and Villainy stream. So last chance to get them in, get those elf eggs in, and then next month a whole new set of dice.
It's true.
That'll be fun.
Always.
Put an entry in today.
Anyway, we also typically always try to raid. I don't think it worked last time, but Eli, roll me a d20 and tell me what you get.
all right. I like this game. 16.
Also, excellent role playing. Excellent role playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Eli.
you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
You said
I do.
16?
I've been doing it every
The
week.
Oliver
Yeah, 16.
Twist
so
kid is like one of
cute.
my
Oliver
favorite
Twist.
tropes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. He's so cool.
Yeah. You have it. I want you to see him do stuff so badly.
Too bad I'm gonna kill him next time.
I thought you were gonna kill him
We'll
this time.
see.
Jesus.
Maybe not.
I thought Harold was going to kill him this
True.
time.
Or Mac.
Nope.
No, Mac was like, oh, this is fine.
Mac's
Jesus.
totally fine. He's got a scapegoat he can
somewhere
use.
in like episode 14 or 15, Mac became the level-headed one and Harold became the loose cannon.
Oh no. Oh, trust me, you're gonna see where Mac's going.
Regardless, where are we going, JD?
Who's
We're
the
going to
Dragon
16.
Master?
We are gonna go to looks like Bast_50, the Shattered Waste Arc 2, Episode 3.
Nice.
Arc 2, Episode 3.
Yeah.
Getting in
Arc
early
2,
on this campaign.
episodes,
Heck yeah.
man. So let's go be loud. Let's make a lot of noise, make some friends out there, and we will not be running a show next week because it will be the 4th of July. So hopefully everybody has a great time. I know there's not a ton to celebrate about being a citizen of the United States at this very moment, but I guess the fact that we can be upset about it is a boon. So hopefully you guys get to spend some time with some family, have a nice long weekend at least. I don't know, drink, watch fireworks, whatever people do. Eat hot dogs.
Fuck's a long weekend. Ugh.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, you sell cars, right?
That's the longest weekend I have. It's just the one I spend at work.
But otherwise, I hope everybody enjoys the weekend, and we will see you.
2 weeks.
Christ.
Thursday
Thursday for sure, and then after that Thursday, and then Sunday for Strahd, I think, and then then we'll be back to like regularly scheduled programming.
Sounds right.
Almost. Somewhere.
And some behind the scenes stuff coming up on Tuesdays at some point.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What is it?
Not too far from now.
Yeah.
What's
We got
that?
all sorts-
Realm of eventually.
Dude, we've got all sorts of stuff cooking up here at 92.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
We are really flushing out the schedule because I know like Ryan's been doing a lot of his Wednesdays, and I think Tuesday we've got the Not So Tall Tales coming up, which I just got art back for the Blunted Pick, the tavern it'll be taking place in. So we're working on the intro for that already. Yeah, it looks really
I have
good.
a favorite character already that I want to bring to that.
Amazing. Yep. Looking forward to it. Eli, if you're around on Tuesdays, this is kind of our sitcom. It's like our sitcom style. You're gonna be just about everybody's playing dwarves, so it's in like a dwarven
that's
city.
amazing.
Like a dwarven bar in a dwarven city.
Where
So.
everybody knows your name.
I can't be there, so fine.
Right.
You want to go where everyone knows your name.
But feel free to reach out.
Sounds good.
Well, all right, everybody. Have a great night. See you Thursday.